My apologies. I'm running a little bit behind, but we're here, y'all. We are here. How's everybody doing? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Shout out to all of you all that are listening. Make sure you hit that like button. Show some love to the channel. Hit that like button. It's free to do. And make sure you guys are hyping up these videos. The more likes, the more views. The more hypes, the more views. And hopefully more subscribers. I appreciate you guys for supporting me here in the LLC and holding it down. Happy Friday. Y'all ready? Y'all, it's Friday. Thank God. Oh my God. I didn't have to push this one back too much. I'm so sorry for my lateness. You guys know I have a regular job, but I apologize for having you guys waiting. And we are here. We're down to get down with the boogie woogie. Get down with the boogie woogie woogie woogie. Oh, Lord have mercy. So we got to kick this off right. We got to do it right. Coco did a video. Shout out to Coco, y'all. Child, I saw Devil Tunde. I was like, oh my God. I'm watching it. Oh, we are so watching this. Oh, Coco. Mama love ya. Oh, man. If you guys have emailed me, you got to give me some time to check my emails. I have not checked anything. So you guys see some of the live streams have been scheduled for our collabs coming up in July. We got to schedule the one for Johnny Walker Dread. So far, you guys see we have a collab scheduled with Ryan Morrow, along with Edie Marie, a.k.a. Candyland Biker Babe 7000. I'm so excited. Oh my God, it's gonna be so much fun. And then we're gonna schedule the collab with Johnny Walker Dread. Well, I know we'll be discussing this Carmelo Anthony case, recap of that, and Rashad Ritchie. We're getting it in. I'm excited. Y'all excited? Hit the phone. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of you all. I'm still catching up on emails, so bear with me. I gotta get the collab scheduled with Johnny Walker Dread, but we will get it in today. That way you guys can have it penciled down in advance and have it on your calendar. We got to kick this off with this Double Tuesday video. We got to do it. I heard Umar was running around here crying over Carmelo Anthony, but he doesn't take care of his own damn kids. Make it make sense. You can't make this stuff up. If you guys would like to support the channel, because Xfinity is $70 and StreamYard is stupid, by all means, Cash App, Supers, Zelle, however. Either way, hit that like button. It is free to do. Who wouldn't take the free option? It's free to hit that like button. We're about to have a little fun. So let's get to this. I want to go to Coco first. Coco, you do a great job with your editing. I don't know if you know that. So you guys, make sure you go over there and check out Coco. And Coco or Miss Coco, make sure you drop the link to your YouTube channel in the chat. Shout out to my fantastic mods so we can get you some support. They are mods here. I told y'all I have the best now. We get the best. I appreciate you all and your support. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Francisca up in the house. Y'all better do what Francisca says. She say hit that like button. You hit that damn like button. We don't play no games. Francisca will go off on you from across the water. How you doing, honey? Shout out to the mods up in here, you all. Miss Coco is up in here. Make sure you drop the YouTube channel link in the chat. Show some love over there. Let me see here. Who else? Because I want to make sure. I know you have another video you did. That was fantastic. It gives a nice little compilation of Umar being a dumbass when it comes to his kids and not, being a good father, because he's not. Oh, and their 15-year anniversary. Happy anniversary to you all. How beautiful is that? Absolutely beautiful. So make sure you guys go check that out over on this 5th grade speech here. This video was awesome. This video was absolutely amazing. Umar Johnson's 5th grade graduation speech exposed by his daughter. You guys got to check that out. Let me drop the video link in the chat for that. You got to check it out because it gives a nice compilation and a contrast of his contradictions of not being in his daughter's life at all. And he knew that she was going to blast him out for that. He even knew it. You think he cared? But he got the audacity to cry over Carmelo Anthony. But you know, we all watched in the live stream last night. How many of you are saw the live stream last night? Hit the phone. Pulled up a case. Word man by the last name Brown has 3 sons, and his oldest son took his life. What these advocates at trying to get justice for this father that lost his life at the hands of his own son? Where them advocates at? Where that minister of justice at? Where's Umar? Umar, you not gonna say anything about that black boy taking the life of his own daddy? And his dad was actually taking care of him. You not gonna say anything about that, Umar? Silence, I see. Oh, okay. Because you know you're hypocritical as it. Hey, hon, what's going on? Tavares up in here. Y'all, Tavares said y'all better keep hitting that like button, keep the views up, because otherwise Lady Luck Club will put Umar on a shelf. He will not tear up my analytics. The devil is a liar. Umar, you are not that special. I'm going to tell you this right now. You are not that special to me, you dumb Oompa Loompa. I will stop talking about his ass before he F's up my analytics. You will not. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Somebody's like, please, later, let's stop talking about it. If he messes up my analytics, mom's the word. Did I say that right, Francisca? Mom's the word. What's going on up in here, Sassy? You good? 10-1 love up in here. Y'all, everybody speak to everybody. I see y'all up in here. We're getting started. Because I'm ready to go. I see you, Jen, up in here. How you doing, honey? Shout out to Juju. I got you in, Tavares. Shout out to the mods, you all. The mods are fantastic. Jay Williams up in here. Y'all good? I just wanted to speak to everybody. Saint, do I see you, Saint? Did I miss Saint? Saint here. Kogo here. Y'all, shout out to Kogo. The man of the hour. Shout out to Kogo. Make sure you all go check out Kogo's YouTube channel and show him some love and support. I appreciate it. Let's go, y'all. We're going to get to this. Ooh, Devil Tunde. Y'all ready? Hit the phone where you can see in here.
Where this short was taken from this rant.
Sometimes your misfortunes are the biggest blessings you could ever have.
What?
That man walked out of your life. That might have been the best blessing you could have ever had. Your baby mom walked out of your life. That might have been the best blessing you could have ever had. You got fired from your job that you love so much. You loved your job with your ego. You loved your job with this mind.
I want to remind people that when Umar Johnson is live streaming from his phone, he is looking at himself. This is my interpretation of what Umar is seeing compared to what his viewer sees. I call it Devil Tunde.
Welcome to the show. We have a guest tonight.
Nah, get off me. I ain't looking, man. Let me go.
Eyes open, hustler. The world deserves the truth.
Stop assuming that misfortune is negative.
Sometimes your misfortunes are your biggest blessing you can ever have. Your dad walked out of your life. That might have been the best blessing you could ever have. Your ex walked out of your life. Might have been the best blessing. Your mama walked out of your life. That might have been the best blessing you could ever have. You got fired from...
Oh, no! Umar, you dumb demon! Oh, Umar! Yeah, it sounds about right. Umar's a demon. He's sitting here talking about your mom and dad walked out your life. That might be the best blessing. Umar, let me tell you something. You dumbass. I know you're trying to copy off of me because you're still stupid. I said sometimes God will withhold people from your life for your good. That doesn't mean that you decide that you're just not going to be a part of your own children's lives. That's not how that works. Now, your kids are grown. Well, I'm assuming 2 of them are definitely adult age. They're over 21. So it's not up to their mother as to whether or not they spend time with you. It's up to them. They make that choice on their own accord. So you thinking you can just throw some nonsense out there when you have not tried? I doubt Umar has even prayed and asked God, how should I be a part of my children's lives? What type of role model should I be? Because, each child is different, right? And God created us all to be different and unique in our own way, in his own image. So sometimes it's a matter of discernment and praying and asking God, okay, God, how should I handle this child? Because it's definitely going to be different than this child over here. Even if you have twins, there's going to be some characteristics that are different about them. One might be more receptive to you just saying, go clean your room. But the other child, you may have to, like throw a house shoe or slip or something at them to get their attention and then tell them go clean their room, or you beat their ass and then they go get up and do it. Like, it's a different ways you might have to handle each child. So there's no blanket parenting. But Umar chose to stay out of their life. He didn't even try. That doesn't mean it's a good thing, Umar. You chose to stay away from your own kids, and yet you talk about wanting to open a school for black boys. When you underestimate the power and influence you could have in the lives of your black girls, who might one day go out and have a black boy as a son, and you might still be able to have an effect on black boys' lives through your grandsons, but you're not even trying to be a part of their mother's lives. Your own daughters, you ignore, and you failed to care for and to provide for. The very basics and necessities that us parents are tasked by God and law to do. So, no, you don't get to say that, perhaps you withheld from, because it's like you trying to tell your daughters, me not being in your life was a good thing. You wouldn't know that. God told you that. Don't try to sit here and mock God in the scripture when it comes to something like that. That's what makes him so demonic and evil. Umar has never ever prayed and asked God, how should I handle this? Not one time has he came out and said, I tried, but God wanted me to step back for a minute and then see what happens. But yet, I want to be in my kids' life. But he's not even trying to do that. So no, Umar, you will not blame this on anyone else but you. You failed to be a part of your kids' lives. And he up here mocking parenthood like an idiot. Yeah, he looks like a whole demon.
Your job that you love so much. You loved your job with your ego. You loved your job with this mind. You loved your ex with this mind, but your spirit needed something else. And so I did you a favor by ending that job, by ending that relationship, making you move to another country, because that's where I put your blessing.
See, when we pray to God and ask for something, and let's just say that something we ask for is something we need. Let's say that you were lucky enough to pray for something you actually needed, because most of us pray for things you don't need. Pray for something that you don't need, and you should never pray for something you are not ready to receive. So if you are one of the lucky Africans who only prays for things that they need and are ready to receive, pray to God and ask for something. And let's just say that something we ask for is something we need. Let's say that you were lucky enough to pray for something you actually need.
Umar, do you need an example? I'm gonna give you an example, my dear brother. You praying for a good wife, but you're still a whore. I'm gonna give you an example. You want an example? I'm gonna give you an example. What do I mean by praying for something you need and not praying for something you're not ready to receive? I'm giving you that. You're praying for a better wife. You want a good wife. You're not ready to receive a good wife. Why are you praying for her now? God ain't gonna send her to you until you're ready to receive her. Because if God sends her to you and you dog her out, God may not send you another one. You
I'm here.
what I'm
Yeah, he's standing on the sidewalk with his old dusty ass. I'm gonna get off here. I'll call you when I'm done with this sloppy scammer, okay?
God sends her to you and you dog her out. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Umar?
Peace King, how are you?
Talk over there. We must pray when we are ready to
receive. Don't pray for the wife right now if you know you're still a whore. Don't pray for the wife right now. You know you're still in love with your baby mama. Don't pray for the wife right now. You know you're still lazy. You're an alcoholic. You're suicidal. Don't pray for the wife until you're ready to receive the wife.
Umar, crack is whack. can't believe he actually said that. Did he say that? What live stream was that in? I must have missed that one. Don't pray for the wife when you're still a whore. And he's talking to other men. Umar, you are the biggest hypocrite to ever crash land on our planet. You dumb alien. Crackhead. Big bird. Can't make this up. Are you the audacity? He said all of this. Which live stream did he say that? Don't pray for a wife when you still a hoe. Umar, all you do is talk about sticking a dick pin in some peach cobbler and cookie or something and a macaroni and a cheese, and you stupid idiot. All he does is this man has procreated with 2 or 3 different women and didn't marry any of them, and then tried to blame them as to why he did not marry them. Go figure. And then said they should be patient when they gave him a baby. Now them labor pains said, I don't owe you nothing else. The hell you mean? This idiot is so stupid. So the biggest hypocrite on earth is telling other men, don't pray for a wife when you still hoeing around, like he's not still doing that. He is the epitome of a hoe. Filled with little Debbie snack cakes and oatmeal cream pies. Umar is just one big ass hoe. The ding dong hoe and the actual hoe. He is both versions of hoes. He's a ho and a hoe. God.
Pray for some money and you're not able to receive the money or handle the money. Why you pray for money that you're not ready to be responsible with?
Fort Worth, Texas. I need some soul food. Phoenix, Arizona. I need some soul food.
No, let me go. I can't. Ah!
Detroit, Michigan. I need some soul food.
Please, I can't look.
Sacramento, California. I need some soul food. Chicago, Illinois. I need some soul food.
Let me go.
I need some soul food, New York City. I need some soul food.
Yo, let me go. I said, let me go.
Keep them open.
Ah, they burn it. Stop. I ain't doing nothing. FDMT, go over. Hear me? No, get off me. My eyes. Ah!
Keep them open, Fro. Look at me. You owe them a good look at the truth. Let me go, please. I can't. My eyes. Ah, don't make me look at him. I said stop. It burns.
You can't make this up, Coco. This fool was out here talking about out my eyes. Umar, they should have your dumbass 5150. That's what needs to happen. He needs to be admitted into a mental health institution. If he's outside yelling, talking about, don't make me watch my eyes, he needs to be admitted. He needs to be admitted. You can't make this up. Oh my God. Please tell me what live he was talking about. Don't pray for a wife if you still a hoe. Umar, you the dumbass biggest hoe ever. Jesus Christ. It's not even hard. Oh, God. Shout out to the Mademoiselle for doing this video on King Randall, who actually built a school. Look at God. Won't he do it? Umar, you dumbass. You're incompetent. And of course, a scammer. And so when you're doing all of this just to get money, of course, you just want to fundraise forever. Of course. He's not opening a school up. He won't even show proof that he's requested an inspection to come out. An inspector to come out from the city to do an inspection. Because, you have to have a permit for that and make an appointment for that in the city of Wilmington. Simple things that he can do within like 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, no, he's not going to do that. That's too much like right. So, while Umar is still scamming people, this young man actually opened a school. And yes, Umar, we want to rub it in your face. LeBron James is better than you. King Randall is better than you. Jalen Rose is better than you. And everybody else that has a school, they're all better than Umar Johnson. While Umar's still sitting here telling people it takes years to do this. There are several other people who built institutions that said flat out, no, it doesn't. And those are just the three off the top of my head. So let's check this out. Shout out to the Mademoiselle for doing this piece. And it's just a nice, positive video where someone else is getting the credit they deserve. Well deserved. Let's get to it. Hit the 4 where you can see it here. Let's go.
Boys in Albany, Georgia. 23 years old. I started this program when I was 19 years old. This school that I own is a all boys boarding school. It's completely free of charge. We don't charge any tuition, so that includes haircuts, uniforms, everything you could possibly imagine in regards to having a school. But we don't charge parents anything, and we teach children the skill trades, how to work on cars, houses, general contracting, general automotive repair, and many different other things, firearms training, how to be a man, etc. But this kind of a brief idea of who I am and what I do.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. Welcome to another video. As you guys can tell by the title as well as the intro, we're going to be talking about King Randall, especially as it pertains to Dr. Umar and who Dr. Umar truly wants to be, because I think that this man truly does deserve his flowers, deserves more attention, and does deserve your donations. I recently posted my part 2 about Dr. Umar and why he will never open that school, and I ended up stumbling upon King Randall. Now, if you guys do not know who he is, he's from Georgia, and he basically did what Dr. Umar has said he's been wanting to do for years. He opened a black school for black boys, and he did it with limited funds.
So as these teachers demand billions of dollars to run their school, my next guest, at just 22 years old, has been finding his own resources and donations in order to open a charter school for young black men in Atlanta. Just taking the power away from government, even though the government tried to shut you down. You had the superintendent down there in Atlanta that tried to get his cronies to shut you down. You have the power to go directly to the kids, have the parents to go directly to the kids through your school. Talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, Lawrence, I've been working with children for the past 3 years. And when I began working with the children, seeing them not be able to read, seeing them not be able to write, I became alarmed.
How are you able to fund the books or fund the education or the tools? And because you're doing a lot of stuff, but we know like stuff costs money. You know, do you have donors, or do you just, got the bag already? Or, if just for the viewers who may be interested.
Sure. Yeah. All of our funds come from donors. We're completely donor funded. So if you see me posting on social media or anything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, we're advertising everywhere all the time for donors. We have an email list of people who, donate to our Amazon wish list, our Walmart wish list, etc. People donate to our program as much as possible. Even cryptocurrency people donate to our program. So that's kind of how we fund everything. And, we're blessed to be able to fund our operations just off of donors. Does it get a little crunch time sometime? Absolutely. It gets a little tough. Sometimes we have slow months and sometimes we have bigger months, but that's just the name of the game. Got to keep pushing regardless.
Aside from that, we have our fundraiser still going. Our program is still completely no government funds, no government grants. It's completely people funded. Everything that y'all see, our full-time staff, the vans we have, the new electrical panels, the flooring, the ceiling tile, you all funded it all. And we appreciate all the support that you've been giving over the past 6.5 years. We've been running this whole time. I mean, we even ran out of my grandmama's house at one point. But I appreciate y'all so much. Please look at the link in my bio to continue giving to the Extra Boys program. Thank y'all so much.
One of the reasons I really wanted to cover this is because I know a lot of you guys did not watch my entire video, which shame on you. You must not fuck with me. That's fine. But in that video, we did cover King Randall, and I found his story so inspiring. But most importantly, I found it crazy that he was able to accomplish what Dr. Umar claims he wants to accomplish, was scammed by Dr. Umar, and then Dr. Umar be out here trying to say that he was the inspiration or the blueprint or trying to basically take credit for the boys' work. And that's not okay. I also find it crazy that a lot of us like to normalize and honestly put bullshit on a pedestal. Meanwhile, there's plenty of people out here doing the work, okay? It's just unfortunate that a lot of these people do not get that much attention. This man should be on every major platform the way Dr. Umar is. He actually is doing something. He has the proof. He posts receipts and everything in between.
I've always been, very transparent about that. If we actually
Eric, who you talking to? I want to be very clear. Why I say something? Because they love to get my attention. Who I will watch it, but you sounds like an with the letter S at the end of sound. You sounds like an idiot. Who? Don't block them. Who? Speak up, Eric. Eric the Red Racing. Come on. Don't block him. Let him answer. Come on, Eric the Red Racing. Red Racing what? Car, train? Racing what? Bikes? Your username sounds incomplete. Eric. Oh, God. Y'all. Unblock him if you can. Please unblock him. I want him to answer. He said you sounds like an idiot. You sounds like an idiot. Why is sounds plural? Why is there an S at the end of the word sound? You is singular. Boy, ELA today is just who child. Eric, how old are you? Is it the bots or what? Good God. I hate reading broken English like this when you're talking about how someone else sound without the letter S. You sound stupid. You see how that goes? I don't have to add the letter S to the word sound. That is not grammatically correct, especially when the pronoun is in singular and not plural version. So who are you referring to? You will watch it. I will watch what? My video or the Mademoiselle? He can't make this stuff up. And they actually think they actually think this stuff makes us mad. No, it doesn't. Well, I don't know about other content creators, but for me, it doesn't. Because see here. We are in the YouTube mansions. Eric the Red Racing. And yes, we are better than you. All the things that you're thinking, we are. What we don't like is for someone to come in and sound mentally challenged, assault the English language, and then think that you're saying something. How is this an insult or a quip? Was this supposed to be a joke? Because you sound like a stupid dude. Can't make this up. Why is there a letter S at the end of the word sound? Malware, I think I found the opposite of you. Eric the Red Racing comes in and overcompensates for Malware's lack of the letter S. You can't be, Malware, is this your boyfriend? Eric must be your boyfriend. You think he just came out of nowhere? I don't know who this Eric the Red Racing. I've never heard of you. I've never seen you in my chat. But you come in and say, I would watch it, but you sound You've got to be Malware's boyfriend. You're trying to overcompensate for her lack of the use of the letter S. Bless your heart. You're so precious. Oh, Malware, tell your boyfriend go sit down somewhere. Oh, Malware, don't see your little flunkies over here. You know I'm gonna clown their asses out. What you thinking? You gotta try harder, Malware. He told on himself, okay? He used the letter S where it was not even necessary. And you refuse to use it at all. Good grief. Oh, man, y'all, we found the opposite of Malware. Oh, Eric, tell your girlfriend I said turtle. Heroes in a turtle shell. Turtle power. Okay. Back to somebody that actually built the school. Umar, I expect you to be jealous. I want you to feel like the shit that you are. It's been 7 whole long dumb years, and you think people supposed to keep kidding your Cash App and your PayPal. For what? Oh, we gotta decorate it. With what? Balloons? What we doing? Why do people have to hit your Cash App and PayPal for some balloons? No. How about just open the damn thing? No. When you got black mold that's growing and procreating, it's got to be at least 6 generations of black mold in that bando. And when they're up in there getting it on and making a bigger family than you are, Umar, you can't bring kids up in there. It will not pass inspection. I'm telling you that right now. Half the planet will be contacting the city of Wilmington to ensure that that bando is checked for black mold. When you fail, it will be all your fault. And Eric the Racing Red, whatever it is, will still have to learn English. We're not in the mood to lose brain cells. We got Candice coming up later on. You know, your actual twin sister. These two dumb aliens. All right, back to King Randall, who built the school.
For paint, I showed y'all the paint. If we asked for new toilets or something, I showed y'all us buying the toilets. I showed everything that you guys have given. We have an Amazon wish list. You know, we don't just ask for monetary donations. We ask for people to buy specific things. If we ask for laptops, I've shared it. If we ask to get the kids haircuts, I've shared it. Our program has remained free, so we are still tuition free in our program like we have been for the past 6.5 years. I just think if Dr. Umar would have started something like with what he had, I think people would have been more apt to give him, and I honestly think he would have gotten where he needed to be had he had proof of concept, because he's a great orator. He talks very well. If I could talk that great, I'm sure we'd have.
Let me be clear on this. This is one thing I wholeheartedly disagree with. Umar is not an orator. He's a yeller. I mean, he could stand there and just say yodelay, 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 yee-hoo, and it would be the same shit. Just a bunch of nothing. I don't care if you don't have a point to prove if you're using words that have 3 and 4 syllables in it. I could care less about any of that. Especially when you're a hypocrite. Telling people to not pray for a wife when you're still a hoe. And Umar is the biggest hoe that still butchers the word Pan-Africanism with the letter K and not C. It's got to be hypocrisy on steroids. And his little dumbass flunkies think that they bother me by saying dumb things in my chat, proving that he is just as stupid as they are. They didn't even did you try to read, proofread your statement, Eric the Red Racing, before you put that in my chat? You didn't even try. That's so lazy. Did not even try, Jesus. You can at least proofread that damn comment before you put it up here. You knew I was gonna clown you for it. I mean, what were you expecting? Ballwork, get your boyfriends. I can't make this up.
You know, millions of dollars raised. But I still started with something. I started out of my house originally. I started in my dining room at 19. And after listening to him, that's why I started it. I just wanted to start something. I knew that I couldn't start something mass scale. So I'm just like, I'm gonna start with whatever I got. And we started with $0. I was cutting hair, fixing cars, painting houses. I mean, that's what I was doing to support the program originally. And then I learned how to utilize social media to be able to raise money. And we started doing that. And we went project by project. We failed, we succeeded, etc. But I've always continued sharing what it is that we're doing.
And the fact that a lot of people sit here and they put Dr. Umar on a pedestal and he has absolutely nothing to show for the money he's been collecting for decades is just absolutely disgusting. This entire situation pisses me off to no end, because people would rather blindly devote an idea and a scam than actually sit there and do the work of looking up exactly what they're giving their money to. Dr. Umar has literally been collecting money for well over a decade, almost 2 decades, and has zero to show for it.
Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is a school that I conceived of a very long time ago, but began to actually put teeth into the creation of that school a couple of years ago. $700,000, and the status is we're still looking for a school, and the status is my start date for FDMG will be 8/21/18. Or if at all, it may be delayed to 8/21/19, which is the anniversary of the Nat Turner War.
We say, let's school coming. We got 6 months, y'all. This is crunch time. This is crunch time. We got 6 months. This is crunch time. Crunch time. That's when we up. Watch when we get that certificate of occupancy, it's going to be crazy.
Somebody asked, when is the school opening? That's a silly question. And the reason that's a silly question is because we still have to raise more money for the repairs and the restoration. How are we going to talk about an opening date when we don't even have our certificate of occupancy yet? How are we going to talk about an opening date?
Meanwhile, he does nothing but give opening dates. That's all he does is give opening dates. He said that the school is going to open next year, August, for 2027. Because he's a dumb fuck. That's all he's doing. Stop giving out opening dates, you moron. But see, here's the thing. You had these weak-ass black folks and simps, these women with these low self-esteem issues and stuff, that would stop finding him fascinating and actually challenge him in court. He wouldn't have a choice but to at least show what he's done with the money. And that's what we want. We want him to show receipts. Because we know the school is not going to open. He can't afford to get rid of all that black mold and deal with the foundational or structural issues of that bando. He can't. He's the one walking around here lying, talking about a brand new white Mercedes-Benz was driven into the gym and lit on fire. If that be the case, the smaller bando would be in the same condition as the bigger one. There's a lot more damage to be done when you're talking about fire damage. And let's not forget about the water damage from putting out the fire. Hence why the larger bando, it's vacated. It's not even fit for human habitation. And this dumb ass want people to believe that one day he'll be able to raise enough money to open the larger bando when he keeps complaining about not having enough money to open the smaller one. Go figure. It's that simple. It's common sense at this point. But they refuse to just say, we're taking you to court. One way or the other, you're going to show us receipts. Because we know this will never open. For the last 14 years, you've been begging for some damn money. Because your bum ass don't want to get a job, Umar. So it's high time that you go get a job and stop expecting everybody that you deem to be an African in some black community to take care of your bummy ass. No one owes you a damn thing, boy. You have not worked hard and earned it. He has not earned anybody's money. And yet you got these morons that keep giving it to him freely. But then he call us struggle streamers because I can show you an Xfinity bill for the internet or a StreamYard bill for the internet access. Umar refuses to show you one receipt or a vendor contract. And if it was not for accountability and transparency, we wouldn't even see permits. Thankfully, we can see that stuff online. He wouldn't even show us that if we could not access that information online. So imagine, aside from what is public knowledge and that's accessible to the public, what he would not release and what little we will be able to see. Just imagine all this time, if we didn't have the ability to pull up the permits or to verify applications that have been filed for a permit or the deed. Just imagine. We wouldn't know shit. And he actually believes that we don't have the right to know, but he wants people to keep giving him their money. Because he ain't getting a dime out of me. Not a penny. Not even a peso. Umar, even if you ask me for any other form of currency that had less value than the US dollar, you still would not get that out of me. It's the entitlement of him thinking, I don't have to work anymore. I can just keep getting all these idiots to keep giving me money for nothing while I travel and demand women buy me food and feed me and stuff me with snack cakes and ginger ale. Like, it's so stupid. And yet he gets an attitude when people ask about the status of it because he knows he's not going to open it. He has an anger problem. And he needs to be 5150 at this point because Umar has lost his mind. He's lost his mind. He snapped. and all these grown-ass men, these dumbass simps that keep platforming him, refuse to just tell him the truth. We go cut off any other financial supply and not invite you to our show if you're going to keep lying like this and you can't say anything about this school. There are 9 ways to skin a cat. So even if they just stop giving the money, you got these podcasters that they have the ability to say, we're not platforming you until you produce receipts. You can't do that. You can't come over here. And watch how fast people start putting him on the X list. Watch how fast these podcasters, once they see the ripple effect of it, watch how fast they start blocking them. It only takes that one good one to start it off. And they too scared to do it. Because for some reason, I guess Umar pays their bills or something. I don't know. They some punks and cowards.
We don't even have our certificate of occupancy yet. Y'all need to think a little bit before y'all start asking these questions.
It's
the first school in American history, built exclusively with the African dollar, will be ready and will be open this Kwanzaa of 2023.
See, he keep giving dates.
And brothers and sisters, this will be a community grand opening, so I want all of you to come on down to Wilmington, Delaware, and celebrate. And what we did as African people by ourselves, we have to stop the right hand out.
In honor of Frederick Douglass, today, brothers and sisters, Black History Month 2023, we just made history. The board covers on the windows are off, brothers and sisters. We have taken the boards off your windows. It's not a good Garvey day. It's a great Garvey day. Who ready to see the windows? Who ready to see the FDMG windows? Because the haters said we didn't have the windows. We've always had windows. Every window had glass windows. We just kept them protected until it was time to open up the school, brothers and sisters. Tap in. Who want to go live with the Prince? We had FDMG. We getting ready for the grand opening. 2024 is the year FDMG. 2024 is the year FDMG. First day of the Pan-African fast. I'm giving all the food to God today.
When are you going to be opening the doors where students can start?
Well, we got to get a certificate of occupancy. I can't answer that. You feel me? That see, it's always something holding me. If we had it right now, I'm confident we can start August, not this year because you only got a few months, but of 2027. You feel me? But the question becomes, here we go again. We're completely done. How long before you give us our paper so we can start planning for the children?
And
I can't answer that.
Meanwhile, you have people that have opened.
What paper? What paper? Because, you know, whatever inspection occurs, Vector, you have to actually apply for a permit for an inspection and make an appointment with the city to do an inspection. Where's the proof that Umar has done either of those two things? Because Vector said he's a saint. Y'all, it's not that I don't love you guys coming up here, but boy, these Umar Tardians are something else. I'd rather enjoy mocking them a little bit. Oh my God. They're like easy pickings. You gotta make this make sense. He's a saint and he will open up. Tell him to tell you the URL for the website for the school. Where's the website for the school for FDMG? I want the link to FDMG's website. Where is it? Vector? Don't block them, y'all. Vector Films, give me the website link for FDMG. How you opening up a school? You don't even have a website. How would kids even apply? Give me the website. Because, you know, you think he would take that money you all keep putting in his pocket and create a website, right? And buy a domain? Because that's simple. He said he has a team of people around him. He told Jamar this, 2-3 years ago. We already got all of that. Our issue is the money. We need the money. Okay. So who handles the website? Come on, Vector. Don't be shy now. Damn it. Who handles the damn website? Where's the school bus? Because the bus we saw is busted up. Can you send me a list of staff that he's hired that are getting certificates, they're getting trained, they'll be ready to start teaching next year, August? How's he going to pay their salaries? What's the name of the insurance plan that they have for the bando? Because the bandos have to be insured. What's the name of the insurance company? Who holds the policy? Oh, I could do this all day. I am Captain America. What's the vendor for the cafeteria food? How the kids gonna eat? I didn't see not one refrigerator, a stove, an oven, or nothing. What, y'all just gonna buy them McDonald's every day? How does it gonna go? Don't tell me y'all bum asses gonna go up there and make these kids bologna sandwiches and chips. That's not a meal. So you will not be accredited. And you're gonna charge how much per month in tuition? So nobody's serving on the board of directors. Who's this board of directors he claims he has? Oh, can you tell him to file his taxes? I'm waiting. 2025 taxes for FDFG have not been uploaded. Where the hell they at? Well, what did I tell you all? I'm Captain America. I can do this all day. What are 2025 tax filings? I'm waiting on Vector. Vector, Vector, you told me you had it all in. He's gonna open it up. Come on, Vector. Because they always leave dumbass comments and then they get the hell out of here because they scared and they cowards and punks like Umar is. They're a punk.
You feel me? That see, it's always something holding me. If we had it right now, I'm confident we can start August. Not this year, because you only got a few months, but of 2027. You feel me? But the question becomes, here we go again. We're completely done. How long before you give us our paper so we can start planning for the children? And I can't answer that.
Meanwhile, you have people that have opened schools time and time again throughout the past century with little to no funds.
Oh, shout out to you, Ted, brother Ted. What's wrong with you, LLC? Don't you realize he's got a sacred rock? Thank you for the $4.99 super. Oh my God. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciated it. It's an absolute blessing. Y'all just make sure y'all hitting that like button and hype this stuff up because it better get 1,000 views. I ain't playing. Oh my God. Brother Ted said, you got a sacred rock. What's wrong with you? Don't you realize he's got a sacred rock? Is that the one with the handprints all over it or the other one? Oh, that tickled me. Thank you so much for that, honey. That made my day. That's funny. Shout out to you, Johnny Walker Dread. How you doing, honey? We're going to schedule that live stream for the 6th. I got to set it up. But yeah, July 6th. No, make sure I'm saying the right date. July 5th. Oh, July 6th. That Monday. July 6th. We're going to have Johnny Walker on. We're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony, Rashad Richie, and make everybody mad, I guess. I don't know. Can't make this out. Oh, we speak the truth up in here. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to you, Brother Ted. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate your support. Let's get back to it, y'all. That was funny.
This black woman opened her own school with only $5,000. Marva Collins worked within the Chicago school system for 14 years. She concluded that the system was broken and didn't help the students excel. So Collins took $5,000 of her own money and opened the West Side Preparatory School in Chicago. She believed that no one should rule any child out of the educational picture. She stressed the idea of using education to better the lives of her people. She was dedicated to educating the children of Chicago. After only a year of opening her school, her students' test scores were significantly higher than they tested the year prior.
So this whole idea of, oh, well, you need extra money, you need this, you need that, is just complete and utter bullshit. And I need people to understand that. Not only did I want to shed light and give some attention to King Randall, I also wanted to have this conversation about grifters and scammers in our community and how easy it is to get away with shit when you speak well. A lot of people like to talk about clout and pretty privilege and all these other things that give certain people the upper hand, but a lot of people don't understand how how much you can get away with if you speak very well. Mind you, I'm not exempt from this. I'm not the prettiest girl in the world, but I do definitely benefit from pretty privilege. I get a lot of things just from smiling and standing there and looking pretty. I have a broadcast journalism and a public relations degree. I speak very well. A majority of my videos are done in one shot, and I know how to put things together to convey a certain type of message or get or solicit a certain type of response. Speaking well will get you very, very far. Which sidebar, that's why I never understand why people try to like downplay the idea that a lot of these kids cannot read, write, tell time, etc. Because being articulate, being able to handle yourself, okay, being able to speak well will get you very, very far. Look at Dr. Umar, the scammer. Imagine what he would do, okay? Imagine what he could do if he actually had good intentions. Of course, just like last time, trigger warning, okay? There's a lot of things that he says that will genuinely offend a lot of people. Also understand that I understand, okay? Especially because I'm educated, this man sounds like a fucking lunatic. However, for a lot of people who are uneducated, unaware, and have not seen anybody speak as charismatic as Dr. Umar, this is actually good to them, right? This is somebody that is standing up for Black people, standing up for Blackness, etc. However, those of us who already know. Again, please go watch part 1 and 2 of my breakdown of Dr. Umar. But all of this to say, like, it's actually kind of crazy because there's a complete difference from the way he and a real Black person trying to make change speaks. King Randall and many other, educated Black people speak. Like, even though he is educated, yes, we know. Again, I talked all about the whole dissertation and him having a doctorate and everything. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, he's not a real doctor, whatever. I found the dissertation, therefore, hey, I'm just going to continue to call him a doctor until I believe otherwise or see things that tell me that he is not. But in a general sense, it's very interesting because it's like, I realize watching this right now, right? I realize doing all of this that, yeah, this is exactly why I never trusted him. The way he speaks is just weird. It angers my spirit. I don't like hatred being spewed, no matter what your personal beliefs are. It's one thing to have an unpopular opinion and offend people, and another thing to be blatantly homophobic, racist, etc., and everything else down the list just to prove a point and spread your beliefs. But completely aware that he sounds insanely ignorant and that the rhetoric is very disturbing to some. What I also find interesting, especially with people who speak like this and believe like this, is they sit there like the white man this, the white man's education, etc. But these niggas got bachelors, masters, and doctorates. So what are we actually talking about here? Y'all keep talking about white man education, but you have a white man doctorate, a white man master's, a white man. Like, we need to pick a problem. If we're going to sit there and be like, oh, I rebuke the white man in the name of Jesus Christ, then we need to just, I personally, I never thought that way. I think it's ignorant. I think it's problematic, especially as someone that is supposed to have a high intellectual value. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yes, let's move on.
Whenever you want to miseducate a population, special education becomes the direct route. And there's no population in America that is as marginalized as the Black boy or the Black male. And in fact, in my position, there are basically 5 stages of extermination that this society has developed to deal effectively with Black men. The first stage is miseducation, the school itself. Without miseducation, there's no such thing as jail.
The white man of today is exactly the same as the white man of yesterday. You say there's a few exceptions to the rule, but can I ask you a question? There might be a few snakes who don't bite, but who's going into the snake pit to find them?
Because if you're an integrationist and you believe coexistence with white folks is the way to go, in your mind, you're a winner. Sure. You understand? Sure. But see, I understand that white people don't share power because historically, you cannot point to any period in the history of humanity where white people have shared power with Black people on equitable terms. If you're going to coexist with Caucasians, you're going to coexist as a second-class citizen.
Did it not help with the Underground Railroad, the free slaves, or during the Civil Rights Movement, industrialization? Black people were building whole towns. I mean, did not help with that? You can't make this up. What is his point here? Why is he still here? All right, Umar, move to Africa, the continent of Africa. Pick a country and go. And in that way, you can say, at least I'm in the motherland. You don't have to be here in the U.S. Y'all look at these shoes he got on his feet. Y'all see the shoes he wearing? And he managed to put it on the table. That's Nike Air Maxes. All white. You know how much those bad boys cost? Them shoes run about $210, $225 for the all white. Probably a little bit more. So while he's selling these low self-esteem black women and these dumb simping black men, stop putting money in the Nike and Jordans. They not paying your bills. Neither is he. But look how his dumbass got on these damn all white Nike Air Maxes, the 95s. Lord have mercy. Over $200 pair of sneakers on his feet. Somebody's got an Air Force One sitting here. Nike Air Force Ones are iconic. Whose shoe is that? So he doesn't have a problem buying $200 plus Nikes for himself. But when it comes down to it, no, he doesn't want you spending money on yourself. He just wants you to give him money. So he doesn't have to take his bum ass to work. Boy, this is mind-numbing. This man puts on $200-$300 Jordans and Nikes, but will tell you not to buy Jordans and Nikes. And what's so crazy is he never sits and points out the hypocrisy of that. Like, clothes and shoes are expensive in general. If I can find some Nikes or Jordans for my kids on sale, because I don't spend full price. Fuck all that. I'm not doing all that. I will not spend full price. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I'm looking for promo codes and coupons and discount codes. I want it all. I want to walk away having spent $30 for a pair of Jordans. Yes. If I can pull it off, I sure will. I shop online too, so I find deals and discounts. I want to get a Nike shirt for $11.99. Yes, I do. And then still want a 20% off discount code. I don't want to spend no more than $10 for a pack of 6 pair of socks. Why should it be more than that? You know, you can get some Hanes and Fruit of the Looms for cheaper. Yeah, you talking about a good pair of socks and stuff. You might spend $12 for it, but that's about it. I want my stuff on sale. I wanted to pay the least amount of money. And you could get more for your money. You could get more for your bucks. He knows that he's wearing over $200 pair of sneakers on his feet. The audacity to make anybody else feel bad for buying some shoes that they worked hard and earned money for. He is not working. What's Umar's job again? Funny how he doesn't show receipts of how he put money into his own scam. You know, the scam of opening up a school for 14 years that will never open. Scammers don't invest in their own scam. No, they take your money, live off of it, and their money goes on the luxuries of life, such as these $200 plus Air Maxes that he's got on his feet, all white. I thought he wore dashikis. Don't they have shoes? Shouldn't he be wearing some sandals or something? He should be head to toe dressed like how Jesus dressed when he walked this earth. Like, you know, just something similar to that. Dashikis and sandals. With maybe some white socks. I mean, why is he wearing these expensive ass Nike Air Maxes on his feet? And you know what type of shoe it is because you can look at the heel of it. I can tell that heel bubble. Them Air Maxes that are very distinguishable. One of my favorite pair of Air Maxes. Air Max 270 and these Air Max 95s. Favorite 2 pair of Air Max. Can't make it up. I love shoes. Hey, Koala. Oh, Koala. Oh, my God. Koala T. How you doing? Where's Koala T? What's going on? Oh my goodness, how you been, honey? Oh, we gotta get your YouTube channel link dropped in the chat. Are you all right? Oh man, Look at all the people coming out the woodwork. Y'all come out them bushes and come into this chat. I love it. Shout out to you. Oh, I'm so excited. He is now, yeah, he claims to be home. Is he living in the school gym? Umar, are you living in the school gym? Because if you are, you know those $200 plus shoes, that could have been at least, what, 2 or 3 nights at a regular standard hotel. So your priorities are ass backwards. He living with his mama. But he'll spend $200 plus on some Nikes. So every time he talks about some Nikes, oh, honey, it's good to see you. Y'all, quality. Make sure you go check out his YouTube channel. He does reactions to music and news a little bit, mostly rap. He's been keeping his foot on Drake's neck. I love it. It is good to see you, honey. Still support you, still love you over here in the LLC. Quality, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got all the celebrities up in here. I feel so blessed. Ooh, Anonymous, how you doing? You ain't never lied. School tuition for a semester. You got $200. $225 for them Nikes. But he won't go get a hotel and go stay somewhere where he can get a shower. But he'll put some brand new shoes on his feet. Unless he had one of his little dingy-head girlfriends pay for it. You know, because Umar's still hoeing around. Umar use a hoe. Look at these. Now, every time he say something, one of y'all snip this and remind him, dude, you spending $210 plus dollars for these Nikes. What are these? Is this your Air Force One? Because them gonna run you about $120 as well. Just all white Air Force Ones in mid-size. Yeah, just send a photo of this shoe and say, yeah, this you wearing these high-ass Nike Air Maxes. Kick rocks.
A crisis of black men, able-bodied, well-placed, economically secure, well-educated black men who are choosing to marry outside of the black community as opposed to stick to their sisters, only 1 out of 4 of which will ever get married in their lifetime. It is a crisis which is giving our children an absence of good black male-female heterosexual relationships that they can pattern themselves after.
When I look back on this, we almost done now because we had to hire white people. We got, after waiting 4 years on black people, I decided to start hiring whites. And guess what? They did in 1 year with the black people.
Dr. Umar, my brother loves white women. How can I redeem him? Don't redeem him. Release him to the bunny brigade. Don't save the snow bunny lover.
Absolutely not, because if that were true, why do I get so many requests for help from white parents? Right. Why do I get so many requests for help from Asian parents, Arab parents? They don't have a problem texting my phone saying, hey, can I pay this consultation? I need you to look at my child's psychological evaluation. I never get apprehension from white parents when they need my help on special education or mental health cases. You see what I'm saying? So if it were that.
Well, what is it then? Which one is it? Which one is it? You never get apprehension from white parents. You act as if we owe you something, you dumb Oompa Loompa. What we look like taking our kids to an alien? He professed to have been knocked out by an alien at 8, 9 years old. Umar, I got a question. Yeah, I have a question. Let me find it. Let me pull it up. Because, you know, maybe I'm confused here. All right. Perhaps I'm confused. Okay. I'm just saying. Perhaps I'm confused. Umar, didn't you say, hold on a second. Umar, didn't you say this happened to you when you were a child? Ain't this you? How you getting your ass handed to you by the Sandman? Umar getting his ass knocked out by the Sandman. He think we supposed to trust him with our child. What you mean? You said that the Sandman, this yellow alien, came and knocked you out when you were 9 years old because you didn't want to go to bed. This is our artistic creativity at work here in the Lady Luck Club. Shout out to the Luxes that sit this. Who said that? Miss Coco or Coco? Or was it X-Files or No Reply? Which one of y'all sit this? Juju? One of y'all sitting this? Umar. He He said an alien came to his room. Oh man. Quality. He said an alien came to his room and knocked him the F out at 9 years old. Because he didn't want to go to bed. Umar, the hell you think? Bringing my kids anywhere near you. Cheryl asked a good question. What would any of you do if Umar just walked up to you? I would scream stranger danger and start recording. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm definitely yelling stranger danger. That's it. I'm going to go live. Yeah, stranger danger and say, if you got 3 seconds to get far from me, oh, I'm calling 911. That's it. I'm not playing. Don't come near me or my kids. Stay far, far away from us. This idiot think that people are supposed to just trust him with their kids when he's talking about getting knocked out by an alien at 9 years old. What damn psychologist ever said some nonsense like that? Have y'all ever gone to the doctor and your doctor tells you, you know, when I was 8 years old and I was a little boy, I got knocked out by an alien. It was all green and red. Then it started breaking out in song, talking about, I love you. You would get your bag and say, never mind, I need to see another doctor. We can't do this today. I'm not in the mood. I got a migraine. I broke my arm. I need pain meds. Please start an IV. This doctor in here is telling me that he was knocked out by an alien at 8 years old. I am not in the mood. I'm in pain. This ain't it. You would immediately demand a new doctor. Are you kidding me? And he said people supposed to just trust him with their kids. And this is the highlight of his life. Being knocked the hell out by what sounds like the Sandman. He said a yellow alien. Yeah, that's the Sandman. Umar, you got your ass handed to you. Oh, it's like masters of art right here, boy. Oh, the Luxes, you guys are awesome. I love you all so much. Oh, the Luxes are on point. Y'all have no idea how fire these thumbnails are. This was a whole thumbnail. You got your ass knocked out by Sandman. You see talking about white people have no problem trusting me with their kids. Have they seen this photo? Did they see the video where you admitted some all yellow, golden, glowing looking alien came to your room and knocked you the hell out? And somehow you were able to go tell your mom and daddy about it. You can't make this shit up. Your mama said, I told you go to bed, boy. Now you about to get knocked out by something else. It's called the belt. So you going to bed or I'm going to beat your ass? Which one is it going to be? You can't make this up. Ain't nobody, listen here. He still tell the story like it's real. Umar, if you being visited by aliens, they should have had your behind confided to somewhere. You should be in isolation. We don't know what that alien gave you. We're not in the mood. They should have isolated your ass and took you off to a different country. Put you low down in a bunker about 60 feet underneath the earth. They should be running tests on you. Who am I so stupid? His ass should be 60 feet underneath the earth, being pricked and probed and asked, can you spell this word here? It's apple. Oh my God. Umar, no one should trust you with their child. When the Sandman is able to KO you in 2 seconds, sit your ass down and make this up. He want to feel offended because he would never open a school. The audacity. Oh my God.
Bad, I would assume they would not be reaching out to me. They have no issue reaching out to me.
You think people can be born gay?
No, I don't. And there's no conclusive evidence to that.
You know, a lot of gay people say they were born that way. They said that, you're saying
a lot of murderers say they were born murderers. A lot of pedophiles say they were born pedophiles. So if we're going to say there's a gay gene, we're going to have to open up the conversation and say that this gene, which means if I molest children, I shouldn't go to jail because after all, it was in my DNA.
To pay attention to the clear difference in man that King Randall is.
A lot of I'll say absolutely not, because if that were true, why do I get so many requests for help from white parents?
Right.
Why do I get so many requests for help from Asian parents, Arab parents? They don't have a problem texting my phone saying, hey, can I pay this consultation? I need you to look at my child's psychological evaluation. I never get apprehension from white parents when they need my help on special education or mental health cases. You see what I'm saying? So if it were that bad, I would assume they would not be reaching out to me. They have no issue reaching out to me.
Do you think people can be born gay?
No, I don't. And there's no conclusive evidence to that point.
Wow, you know, a lot of gay people say they were born that way. They said that, you're saying
a lot of murderers say they were born murderers. A lot of pedophiles say they were born pedophiles. So if we're going to say there's a gay gene, we're going to have to open up the conversation and say that this gene, which means if I molest children, I shouldn't go to jail because after all, it was in my DNA.
To pay attention to the clear difference in man that King Randall is at such a young age versus Dr. Umar. The rhetoric, the morals, the ideologies, delivery, yet this is what people choose to support.
Let's get into the realness. We got a lot of moms also that have fathers that do want to be dads, but they're so vindictive and bitter with the dad that they'd rather their son fail than have the father in the child's life. Are you serious? I'm dead serious. I've had conversations with moms. I'm like, where the daddy at? I'll make contact with the dad. Dad say, I live in North Carolina or I live in this city, but she never wanted me. They'd have moved on, got kids of their own with their new wife or whatever like that. She never want me to see him. I'm like, mama, send that boy to go stay with his daddy. He don't need the extra boys program. He needs his dad. Send him with his father. What are you doing besides sitting up here complaining about you doing it by yourself? It's like moms have this new thing now where they proud. It's like they have to say, I'm doing it all by myself and I'm trying and I love my child, and putting them on Facebook and pretending you was a parent at graduation and they turned out to be some terrible person because you was too proud to keep their father in their life. I've run into that so many times. Just send the child to stay with his father. You don't need him. You don't need to be trying to raise him by yourself. Send him with his dad because he needs his actual father. He don't need somebody trying to get to play father. He needs his real father. But because they are so bitter, and the court system, which I hate, benefits mothers more than fathers who want to be dads. It hurts kids. It hurts children.
We have 25 students right now. We're operating after school. They operate 5 days a week. The program is still free. We pick them up from school every day. Not only we pick them up, we also feed them. Some of the kids only get meals at school, and we want to aid the school system. I know sometimes people have a lot to say about our school system, and even though they have their flaws, we could also be helping as well. It's many of us are fussing about, the kids can't read at the school system. Okay, well, can we back them up? I take the blame for that. I take the blame for our kids not knowing how to read. So if I take the blame, it makes me want to get up and actually do something myself versus complaining. You're gonna get married, you're gonna have a wife, you're gonna have your own house, you're gonna have to do stuff for yourself one day, you gotta do stuff for your wife, and to be able to do that, you need an at-home toolkit. Everybody says sometimes people have bad days, but we don't catch no attitude. We as men keep our bearing. You understand that? You want to check off stuff on your list because we as husbands sometimes will forget things from the store and we go home and get fussed at by our wife. You understand that? What's a screw? Okay, yeah, you got to screw it in, right? And what do we do with a nail?
Notice he said you got to learn how to keep your bearing. That's how you teach kids to maintain their cool. Teach kids to maintain self-control, to maintain some restraint. Otherwise, your kids will be out here stabbing someone in the chest because they got a shoving. And then you have all these people out here talking about, he was acting in self-defense when he was not. And then they get mad when they realize he lied the whole time because he was lying. All because of a failure to be held accountable and to maintain self-control and restraint. Keep your cool. Pick your battles. Everything is not always a matter of knuck if you buck mode. You're on level 1000 right now. Why? I taught my kids, it's like the boy who cried wolf. He went out. Every time something happened, he went out crying. It was a wolf, it was a wolf, it was a wolf. People got sick of it. And then when the actual wolf showed up, no one believed them because they got tired of him going out, gaslighting them, and lying to them about being, having wolves around when there were no wolves. And when the wolves actually showed up, no one believed them. So the wolves whooped his ass, and that was it. That's how I taught my kids that story. I said, and one day the wolves came out for real and whooped his ass, and he was screaming, "The wolves are here! Wolves are here!" And everybody was like, "I'm staying in bed. I'm not getting up. I'm tired of his ass." And then he got his ass whooped by the wolves. Rightfully so, because he got on everybody's nerve about lying over it. More of the story is you don't always have to be on level 1000. It's not worth it. Learn how to bring down the energy. And sometimes it's best to walk away because you don't know how far people are willing to go. You being a hothead, and then you get some unexpected strike leads to what? One in jail, one dead. Not worth it. That's the lesson that you have. More men out here that should be teaching young men. Period. Doesn't matter what race you are. Teaching young men in general. Learn how to calm your ass down. Go sit down and chill. Don't blow up on every situation. And then when you do get upset, you get upset because this situation is worthy of being upset over, and people will take you seriously. It's like I had to teach my kids stop saying I'm sorry all the time. And we be like, sorry. I'm like, wait, don't say that unless you mean it. Because otherwise you're just saying it for formality. You don't need to do that. Say I'm sorry when you mean it. And now they understand. Like when my kids come to me and say, Mom, I'm really sorry I lied about not cleaning my room. I'm sorry I lied about not making up the bed. Because the worst, I tell my kids, be honest with me. And you might be surprised. You might not be in as much trouble as you would be if you lied to me and you did something wrong. If you are honest about doing something wrong, then you can understand, okay, here's what's about to happen. And they take it a lot easier. They understand that because they know there's certain things you gotta suffer some consequence on. But if you lie to my face and you did something wrong, I'm just beating your ass. That's it. Yeah, it's that simple. Because that's unnecessary to lie. And now when they do come to me and say, Mom, I'm sorry, I did lie about this, da. Okay, go in your room and we're not going nowhere tomorrow. They're like, all right, I'm really sorry. Like but it's a lot more genuine and heartfelt. It's not that's how you teach your kids to learn how to de-escalate. Like it's so crazy. Have your kids thinking that they can just be on level 10, every day of the week. You on knuck if you buck mode every day, every time you go out. You act like you got road rage, accepting everything in life. You can't live and operate like that. That's not how the real world works. At some point, you're gonna run up on somebody that's not gonna be scared of you, and they're gonna turn into a glowing alien and knock your ass out. Oh man, can we get the Sandman to come back and knock Umar's ass out and be done with it or what? But teach your kids to de-escalate and to calm down. And I'm glad to hear him say this to these boys.
We got to hammer it in. You know what I'm saying? What is this called?
Philip's head.
What is this called?
Philip's head.
All right, and what's the other one called?
Flathead.
Hey, you take this freaking pad out right here. You see it?
Yes, sir.
See the pad?
Yes, sir.
Now, like I'm telling you, these don't need change. You understand?
Yes, sir.
These are fine. See how thick that is right there?
Yes, sir.
If it needed to be changed, it would be way lower. Like it would be way close down. So you got a lot of thickness right there. That's how much thickness you got right there. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Utilize social media to be able to raise money, and we started doing that, and we went project by project. We failed, we succeeded, etc. But I've always continued sharing what it is that we're doing. So I know a lot of people always ask why they won't see us on the Breakfast Club or etc. I'm not a comedian. I don't critique people's dating life. I don't talk about what people should be doing. I don't belittle my donors. We don't do any of those things. We just share what we got going on. If we don't raise enough money, we pivot.
Videos have we seen of Dr. Umar engaging with children, helping the community, and doing anything else of the sort?
No.
I haven't seen one video like that.
He called the police on the kid.
Also, in regards to him scamming,
Umar called. There's not video where Umar called the police on these kids. He said, I'm gonna call the police because he told them to get off the property that's supposed to be over there. And he said, I'm gonna call the police now. One of them said, call them. And then the police get out there, and what happened? You can't tell the kids they can't ride their bikes on the sidewalks and in the street. You don't own that. This idiot called the police on the kids. Oh my God. If he didn't raise his own kids, what makes people think that he's good with kids? He didn't even raise and take care of his own kids. He has no patience for the kids in a whole video where he called the police on them. Why would you think stupidly that he is going to treat your child right? It's ridiculous. Umar's an idiot. A kid turned around and said, call him.
King Randall. There's a lot that goes into that.
Umar has scammed King Randall, and King Randall is actually helping black boys. If you guys really think about this, Umar is willing to take money from King Randall, and I'm going to break it all down. And that money was supposed to be for Umar to come to the schools and help and teach, kind of like a collaboration effort with King Randall's students. Umar, he cancels the day before and won't send the money back. Well, in essence, Umar, what you've done is you've stolen the money. You've taken the money that was supposed to go towards these boys. They were trying to get you out there to help out and do your thing. But guess what? Umar doesn't work with boys. He never has. He doesn't work with black boys. He focuses on and targets the mothers of these boys so that he can sexually exploit them and financially exploit them. Now, I want everyone to understand something. I've been telling people this for a long time. I've been telling you all the same thing. He's a scammer. And there's still no school. A school is a place of learning, not some trap bandos up there in Wilmington, Delaware, that's sitting up there and got people, homeless people sleeping on the steps. That's not a school. I wonder how much King Randall's charging the parents of these black boys that he's helping. He's actually helping these black boys. Do we need to get to the receipts? Let's get the receipts. Look at the young men there. The young men are dressed. They're dressed looking. I mean, professional. Look where my cursor is at. It says,
imagine Umar calling the police because your child peed on themselves and he don't know what to do. Like, yeah, boy, you can't make this up. Imagine he calls the police because the child rolled their eyes at him. Or he calls the police because you got these weird ass women that think somehow Umar is a good person. And then they realize, oh, I'm no exception to this $700 a month tuition fee. And then he's telling them, your child can't come to school today. Don't drop your child off. And now Umar's calling the police because, this mom right here thought I was playing. She didn't pay her child's tuition. She got to come get the kid back. She looked at me, told me I'm finna go to work. The mama hops in the car and drives off. I gotta go to work. Bye, baby. I'll see you later. And you got Umar running after the car telling me, you gave me my money. The zenith of ghetto-ness is he's such an idiot. Imagine Umar running and chasing after this mama driving away for leaving her son at that school knowing damn well she ain't paid tuition in 2 months. He gonna call the cops on her. I'm gonna call the police up here. You got to pay my money and come get your son. Yeah, okay. Good luck to that. Umar out there chasing down. He out there chasing down parents. About when you gonna pay? Hey, I know you ain't paid yet. When you gonna pay? Or you gonna have to come visit me in this powder room? But y'all going to work. I'm a nurse. Come near me. I'm gonna put the scalpel in your neck. Oh my God. Umar gonna be calling the police on everybody. Your child pee on themselves, he calling the police. You don't pay this $700-800 a month, whatever it is by next year. Whatever money he weasels out of you. If you don't pay the money, he call the police. Your child don't eat their food and then they throw it on the floor. They have a food fight. He called the police. Your child sit here and say he ugly, he stank, and he smells like he need a whole bath. He called the police. Anybody look at him and say, my mama told me not to come near you. And yell stranger danger if you try me. He called the police. He called the police on all these kids. That's probably what he gonna want to do. He's gonna find the quickest way to get that whole damn bando shut the hell down again. All you got to do, Umar, is call CPS. You know what? We'll do it. We'll call CPS and make sure all those weird ass women and simps that drop off any child up there to attend anything you call a school, we'll make sure they lose custody. How about that? Yeah, that sounds like a fair deal to me. Yeah, we'll make sure CPS is there to find out who these kids are going into this black mold infested bando that's not fit for habitation. Yeah, we'll make sure they get removed. Yeah, that's it.
At New Emerging King is actually doing what Dr. Umar has been talking about doing for years. Okay? And then look up here, it says King Randall. This is what he says. He says, yep, tried to collaborate and bring him to my school to speak a few years ago. Paid him $2,500 along with purchasing the flights. He canceled day before and never gave us a refund. Charged it to the game and kept it moving. Because there were people, I'm sure, that was questioning King Randall, and King Randall says, LOL, I ain't got time to be lying on nobody. Mind you, I used to defend this man with my whole chest, and he did. Thought it would be a great idea for him to come to my school and speak, as he has a school also. Now, King Randall, he doesn't have a school. Let's be clear about that. Let me break that down real quick before we go on. Umar doesn't have a school, King Randall. He tells people that he does. A school is a place of learning. You can look it up in the dictionary. It's a place of learning, and in this case, it should be a place of learning for children. Right? But if you go up there to Wilmington, Delaware, I could give you the address. I ain't gonna do that. But if you go up there,
shout out to you, brother Ted. Thank you for that $4.99 super. Umar will never win Father of the Year. His daughters are gonna make sure that. Umar, I'm gonna keep my foot on your neck, you dumb alien. He knows that he's out here scamming and taking money. He knows it, but not now. Father to anything. Now, on his home planet, that might be a thought. However, they raise their kids there on his galaxy, but not over here. Here on Earth, Umar is a miscreant. Brother Ted, thank you so much for that $4.99 super.
And you go up to these trap banners up there, is it a place of learning? Are there children being taught? Are there black boys being taught? And the answer is no. Umar stated that the renovations were complete back in August of 2023, and now he's still talking about it. He's working on renovations. Why? Because he's a habitual liar. He tells people these types of things, including that I have a school. He doesn't have a school. He has abandoned buildings. But he says those things because it makes people give this illusion of progress, and it makes people want to send him more money. It's all about the money. But see, this brother already has stuff established, and it's not that he's using these young men to do work and they're paying him as loyal donors. He's actually teaching these young men how to do these types of things through these programs. Oil change, brake pad replacement, alternator repair, tire changing, reading literacy. There's a weekly book club. Umar has never done any of this stuff. You can follow the X for Boys. You can connect. Here's some pictures right here.
It's absolutely ridiculous to me that he's collected all of this money, and literally the money is God knows where, because he keeps saying he doesn't have enough money for this, that, and third. He's only waiting for this. He's been waiting for a certificate of occupancy for years. And it's like people keep falling for this. And I genuinely do not understand how. The man, by this point, okay, the man has a PhD. All right. There is no reason for him to not know that opening a school was going to take a lot of work. There's no reason for him to still be collecting funds if he thinks that he truly will not be able to open the school with the limited amount of funds that he's been getting. Okay. There's no reason why with a doctorate, he didn't think, you know what? Let's not go for a school. Let's do a community center. Now, if you guys are not aware, right, I went to Dr. Umar's school twice, 2023 and 2025. And both times there was no progress. I even contacted Wilmington, Delaware. I asked them like, hey, is there anything on file, for the school to open? They ain't got shit. Okay, which means there's nothing in the works.
Ladies and gentlemen, stop telling me the school is open. No, it's not. No, it's not. It can't be. Because again, like I said, I contacted Wilmington, Delaware. There's nothing on file for it to be open. And how is it going to open in the middle of the summer? The schools are about to close. Open where? Open how? Where are the employees? Where's the website? Like I've talked about this at length. I'm not the only one. You guys need to stop being impressed by unboarded windows. That's the only real difference from what I saw in 2023. And then, what I saw recently, like I genuinely don't understand how people were getting impressed by like just regular Reno. Reno does not dictate a school. Like King Randall said, he opened his school in his dining room. I need y'all to be critical thinkers.
All that to say, there's actually a YMCA like right behind the school. Like it's literally right there. So maybe a community center. I mean, I guess you could never have too many community centers. But I think he could have opened a daycare. He could have opened a tutor center. He could have just opened something. It could have been something that really, or a resource center. I think a resource center would have really helped. I really regret not taking footage of the surrounding neighborhood when I went both times, because it's not the best. Okay, it's not the best area. You guys are not aware. Dr. Umar is planning to charge about like $500 tuition for this school, and like those people in that area more than likely are not going to be able to afford it. It comes to a point, when are we actually going to open our eyes and understand that the man is a liar, a scammer, a grifter, and everything in between? But most importantly, when are we going to shine light on those that actually are doing the work? It's just like when people say, well, all rap music is bad and all of it is ghetto and talks about murder and da-da-da. Meanwhile, there's plenty of conscious rappers. There's plenty of just rappers that are just doing very well that aren't talking about toxic, negative shit, and they do not get the light of day that a lot of these violent, disgusting rappers get. So much caca is pushed to us on a consistent basis that I am wholeheartedly sure at this point that it's done by design and it's done on purpose. The fact that Dr. Umar has so many different accusations thrown at him, okay, that have came at him for the past like 15 plus years, and he's still on Breakfast Club. He's still doing interviews. He's still doing this down the third is crazy, because none of the information out there about Dr. Umar is hard to find. From the interviews to the free information that you can go request yourself, to the controversies, the situation with his daughter and him being a deadbeat, like the list goes on and on. Everything is easily found, but I feel like a lot of people just don't want to believe it. I'm starting to believe a lot of people do not want to accept that they may have been scammed, that they won't get their money back, and they're more than likely will never be a school. Because again, there's so many people out there that have built schools with limited funds. There's so many people out there that have independent schools, okay, that have a specific niche or whatever, and they're doing so well with their schools. So it just makes me wonder, like, why is it that these people don't get, as somebody like Dr. Umar, who honestly has loads of controversy behind him, but these people are actually doing the work and you can see it, and these people are not getting the support that they want and they need. We also need to have a discussion about the United States education crisis. I'm going to be doing a full-blown video on that, because that's a whole nother story in itself, and it's extremely heartbreaking to see that a lot of these kids don't have any school options, okay? Like, the public schools are garbage, the charter schools are garbage, the private schools are garbage or just too expensive. The Montessori schools are expensive. Like, either, you know, the options are either very slim to none or just unattainable for them, and they don't deserve that. That's why a majority of these kids cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot tell time, they cannot do anything. And it's crazy because a lot of us have been talking about this for years, right? And now it's gone to a point where, like, at this point, we're borderline, if not already, in an educational crisis, because these kids really cannot fend for themselves in the real world. They're going to be up for a rude awakening when the time comes. And I know a lot of you guys watching this are probably thinking, well, a lot of it does have to do with the parents. It does. But for right now, we're talking about the institutions, okay? Keep my topics on topic instead of trying to blame other people and try to, oh, well, this and this and this. At the end of the day, we're talking about the schools, and the schools have dropped the ball. That's why a lot of these scammers are able to scam you with, hey, give me money for me to open a school, and never fucking open a school. Okay, give me money to do this for the kids. Give me money to do this for the community, and they're not doing anything because the options don't exist. And people would much rather invest in a dream than invest in something tangible. I'm starting to believe that a lot of people are addicted to chaos. Okay, they like the drama. They like that, you know, he just be spewing shit and he's funny, so they support him. But I need you guys to understand that the more that we support people like this, especially when the information is right there in front of us, the more it's going to be detrimental to our communities. Stop this whole bullshit of, well, at least he's trying, at least he's doing something. He's done nothing. Okay, like, there's nothing to show. All he did was buy an abandoned building and slap some.
He did nothing. I'm still waiting on a receipt for the bando purchase with Umar's name on it. I don't care if you paid in a check or a money order, something. You know, the same type of receipt you expect to see when you go buy something at the store. Where's the receipt? He's not even showing receipts on the supplies that he's so-called using to clean toilets. All that Fresco or whatever it's called. What was that cleaning supplies? Fabuloso. That was it. It was Fabuloso with some bleach, some orange glow, a rag, one pair of gloves. Who bought that? Or were they donated? Because see, once again, if things are being given to him for free, then what is he using the money to buy? But you got these dumbass people in this black conscious community that refuse to sue him and find out. They're scared because, you know, somehow in their world, Umar pays their mortgage and their rent. Obviously, he must be taking care of them somehow. Or are some of these people just as scamish and they're afraid of their nonsense coming to the light? It's so crazy. No one owes Umar anything. We don't owe him the benefit of the doubt. We don't owe him patience. We don't owe him time. We owe him nothing. Not one damn thing. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. Nothing. Umar can kick rocks and fall into the center of the planet. And I will not lose a second of sleep. Especially when he can't show how he's taking care of his mother properly. And he has not been there for his own kids. He's literally a null and void factor in everybody's life. And you got these strange women that have never met him, don't know him, worshiping the ground he walks on, but will not hold him accountable. And that's the nonsense that keeps him going with this stupid ass scam that he can't even prove he's put his own money into. When we ever seen Umar go to the store and buy any supplies for the bando? A Family Dollar, a Dollar Tree trip, Walmart, something? Umar can go live and yell outside in a park, take photos with young girls half his age. That may or may not even be legal. But he won't go live in a store and buy some supplies, drive to the bando and take it to the bando and then use those supplies in the bando. When is that going to happen? Show us the receipt of how much you spent. You would think he would try to at least, let me do $100 worth of cleaning supplies and just clean one room at a time. And every time I go up there and do that, I'm going to live stream it all. Yeah, the Lady Luck Club will continue to laugh at his dumb ass, but at least he'll be able to show a receipt that he bought something and used it in FDMG. They have no standards when they're not even requiring for him to do that. And yet he consistently lies about opening a bando when he doesn't even have a website. Because he doesn't have a website, there's no website. How is this whole enrollment process going to go again? No website. How are you going to post up standards or test results or anything? No website. How the teachers and staff apply for a job? No website. That's how stupid Umar is, and his supporters are worse. Let's not forget with the cult leaders now. The cult members have to be dumber than the cult leaders because the cult leaders are narcissists and they must feel like the smartest person in the room. So we all see and hear how dumb Umar is. His cult members, the Umar Tardians, are worse. They're dumber than him. This is crazy. This will go on forever until Umar drops into the middle of the planet.
Paint on tits. Okay, there is nothing in the works for that school to open. So I personally don't get it. I can never get with it. And I don't like the fact that with all the information that has been shared, there's so many people out there that can use the funds and haven't gotten it. All this to say, make sure you guys check out King Randall and donate to his school, donate to the vision. I absolutely love what he's doing. But most importantly, check out the independent and private schools that were more than likely started by someone in your community that may be of need of your service, whether it's money, volunteering, or just sharing it on social media, because these people do deserve the attention that they will otherwise never get. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you guys check out all my links, especially my Instagram, where I post content like every day, at least. I also have multiple channels. Make sure you guys check that out. For those of you guys who like to comment and be like, hey, I missed your Haitian content, we have a separate channel. Please don't piss me off. I've been talking about this for years at this point. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, we also have a personal channel. That's where my story times, my vlogs, etc. are. But yeah, I love you guys so very much. I can't wait to see. Technically, you guys are seeing me. I don't know why for years I've been saying I can't wait to see you in the next upload. Like, you see me. So, see you. I'm just going to keep saying see you. See you in the next video, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Why does this feel so weird? Bye!
Hold on. So this is an interview he did. Oh, Lord. When did he do this? Y'all, shout out to Danny's World. She uploaded this 6 days ago. Shout out to Danny's World. Her uploads are just straightforward. So I you know, she's kind of like the go-to. If Coco hasn't done an upload on it, then I'll go to Danny's World and check out her channel and see if she's uploaded any videos that he does over on Instagram. He did this radio, oh Lord, in Dothan, Alabama, because he's a bum. And this is now the product of him telling other people to find venues for him. Don't forget he's doing that. He has his cult members, the Umar Tardians, out searching for venues for him while he comes out and lies about being the most requested. You're not being requested if you're calling them saying, hey, you want Umar to come over here and speak? What you mean? You can't say that I requested you if you reach out to me and say, hey, would love to collab and all this stuff. Don't make me tell the truth. Like, that's what he's doing. He's telling everybody, oh, I'm the most requested anything on earth. But he got his little dumb minions calling these venues saying, hey, Umar Johnson's trying to come out there and yell in a microphone for an hour. Do you have time? They're probably like, wait, what? Tell that dumbass, show us receipts. And then he can speak. That's how it should be. No, you still got these little hick towns that sit here and let him do whatever. So this is one of them. I don't know what Dothan, I've never heard of Dothan, Alabama, but whatever. It's a thing. So he did an interview, and I haven't seen it. I have not seen this. We're here for the laughs, Umar. We do not take you seriously in the Lady Luck Club. Do you understand? We do not take Umar Johnson or his dumbass cult members, the Umar Tardians, seriously at all. Umar should be halfway on the road to jail because the IRS should be hunkering down on him at this point. Plus, how many times have you violated their cease and desist order or continue to lie about being a practicing psychologist? Umar, you can kiss our ass. So we're going to laugh at this clown. And it's all of what? 26 minutes? Yeah, let's get to it. Hit the floor where you can see it here.
Us this morning, first time. Dothan, Alabama. Some of you act like you don't know him. Some of you act like you don't want to know him. Some of you really, really glad to know him. And some of you are blessed to know him. Some of you getting educated by him. Some of you are looking at his educating and checking it out. Some of y'all are fact checking. And some of y'all are redirecting. Some of y'all are stealing this stuff. Some of y'all are adopting this stuff. Some of us are just using this stuff. And you notice I changed it from y'all to us because I always use this stuff. No other than the doctor himself, the psychologist of the universe. They got Uncle Sam, and we call ourselves, used to have Uncle Al, but now we got the doctor in the eye. Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yes, sir. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Shout out to Dothan, Alabama. My first time ever. You know, but it's kind of like a homecoming because my maternal grandfather is from Blakely, Georgia. So I'm a grandson of Blakely, but I've never been there. So I'm actually back home.
He's in Dothan, Alabama. What does that have to do with Blakely, Georgia? What the hell? He just said, Umar, you're an idiot.
Home today.
Wow. So, Dr. Johnson, let me start off by saying, first of all, I am very, very happy to see you in the building, in here with us.
Yes, sir.
I just took you in there briefly and told you who I was.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of people call themselves brothers and this and that.
Yes, sir.
but that is my half biological brother.
Wow, wow.
Dr. Reverend Al Sharp.
Yes, sir.
And I remember a time when you and him had a conversation. He was in Atlanta. Killer Mike was there, and it was a very interesting conversation. It didn't get.
Umar still not brushing his damn teeth. What kind of studio is this? Yo, why are these the sound paddings like kind of what? It still sounds echoey in here. It's like they're in a cement room in a basement somewhere. These sound pads are not doing a damn thing. I hear a fan blowing. So the air doesn't work? Look at his dumbass. Umar, are you coloring your beard that you glued on your face after you cut it from your pubic area?
Heated, but
Right.
I want it.
Right,
To where everybody, I'll get you one in a minute. To where I get you one, where everybody was really, really interested in what was going on. And you were trying to explain then that we can't continue to do business as usual.
Yes, sir.
Break that down.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people still stuck right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're like, oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
We are really, really black.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I tell you, one of the biggest contradictions of the black struggle right now, we have failed to evolve our strategy based on our earning and income. And
Umar, you don't have a job, so you just failed. What the heck is going on? Why am I hearing this huge fan blowing? Why is that louder than anything else? So the air doesn't work? What radio station is this? Umar, are you gonna give them some money? Because they need an AC unit. Lord, no. He went to the backward country, Alabama, and didn't think like, oh, I could be going into somebody's basement where they don't have air. Oh, I'd be so mad. I would not have stayed. Like, dude, how is anybody supposed to hear over this damn thing? Yeah, but we can't cut it out, brother. It's gonna get 98 degrees in here. You can't make this up. Oh man, this is such a Umar. You are a bum. You're a bum.
in other words, you now have access to money that we did not have when we marched in the 60s. So that money could not be leveraged as much as it can today because we didn't have a $2 trillion black economy. Today, you have a $2 trillion black economy. We're making Koreans billionaires in the hair care industry, right? We're making Asians billionaires in the car industry. We're making billionaires out of other cultures. But then when we say, let's finance our own revolution, oh, we got to wait on reparations. But you don't have to wait on reparations to make the Koreans billionaires.
Who said that? First of all, who said we had to wait on reparations? Umar, we're not giving you our money. And the ones who do, that's on them. They want to throw money in the air. I mean, every time you think to donate to Umar, why don't you buy yourself a nice shirt? A Nike shirt, just to rub it in. Because his dumb ass has no problem dropping $200+ on some Nike Air Maxes. Not at all. In the last video we just watched, he was wearing a pair of $200+ Nike Air Maxes, all white, in one of those interviews, and had the nerve to put his foot up on a table or a little couch table, whatever it was. Put his funky ass foot up on that. I know a shoe when I see it, when it's one of those types of shoes. This is crazy. He's sitting here talking about waiting on reparations. We don't need reparations to sit here and tell your ass no. We're not giving you our money. Get a job, Umar Johnson. Get your bum ass a job, you dumb alien. What a Sandman at? We got to make an appointment for the Sandman to come back and knock his ass out.
Wait on reparations to make the Anglo-Saxons billionaires. Why is it when it's time to serve ourselves, we need a handout, but when it's time to buy hair, Jordans, cars, take a cruise, go on a vacation, we don't need reparations for that. But when it's time to save black people, we need outside income.
You know, when you mention reparations, one of the things that got me, and Brother Fuquan, I was looking at, I got a interesting video somebody sent me, and it was one of the brothers, very conscious brother. And he sent me, he said, man, white people getting it now. White people waking up. And I'm like, white people waking up to what? He said, they waking up to our struggle. I said, okay, let me look at this video. And I looked at the video, and it was a white woman talking about how the reparations was given to the slave owners.
Yes.
But they were not given to the slaves.
That's correct.
And how now they want to give reparations to those that stormed the Capitol.
Yes.
But still got an unpaid debt to those of us that suffer.
Yes.
And how people are benefiting from those reparations that were given to the slave owners and passed on to generation to generation. So when you say that, it opens the door for people to start acknowledging and realizing that, hey, this has been going on. This ain't nothing new.
Right.
You know, Prophet Chinadu from Africa, excuse me, he used to tell me all the time, you know, look at what's happening now and you see what happened in
these are the lights weren't coming off. Lights weren't receding. I said last year Umar wear wigs. Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all that. Oh, especially all this bushwhack on his face. Umar, you're so gross. You go to the bathroom and don't wash your hands. I can believe it. He nasty as hell. He will pick his nose, put his finger in his mouth, and scrub his eye. All in one whip. He refused to wash whatever this is on top of his head. This rug up here. He just refuses to wash and comb it out. You think he would just do that? Why does it have to look like shit? His BDBs is growing out babies.
That was happening now, and you see what we'll continue.
I agree. I agree.
60 years later, we're still fighting the same fight.
Yes, sir.
So, Dr. Umar, across this country, you have a very, very great educational program. Tell us about that program. How do we get involved? What can we do? You're going to be here in Dothan. People need to be at the Civic Center, right there, Dothan Civic Center, come see you and be able to listen to your wisdom. But tell us how we get involved.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So as you said, I will be at the Dothan Civic Center today, speaking at 2 o'clock. The event is from noon until 6, but I'll be speaking at 2. And then after that, there'll be time for Q&A, also some photos. And I did bring a couple copies of my book, Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War for Dealing with America's Public and Charter Schools. Now, here's the situation with the education piece. So the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, the school we built, it's done. It's ready. The problem is I got Negroes fighting me against getting the final building inspection so we can get started. So the school ready, but we're dealing with that red tape right now because they don't want to give us the final building inspection. So we might got to get an attorney. Now, when we look nationally at the—
You can't afford an attorney, you dumb fuck. Hold on. Nope. What is I?
But we're dealing with that red tape right now because they don't want to give us the final building inspection. So we might got to get an attorney.
Well, he won't show you proof that he's applied for it or requested an appointment for it. Because that's how that works. He won't show that he's gone on the website, that he scheduled an appointment, that he applied for a permit for the inspection. It's no red tape. He's going to fail. Because black mold is not a thing you put around kids. Umar, I just, when the earth opens up and just swallows your ass in, we're going to have a whole party over here. The biggest scammer on earth got sucked into a vortex. We're here for that. Since he thinks that he's been knocked out by aliens and all. Why would an earthquake opening up and letting his ass fall into the middle of the planet be, beyond reasoning? This dumbass sitting here talking about you got to get an attorney. Name your attorney so we can send him a letter. Can't make this up. Umar, we find out who your attorney is. We're getting his bar license number and we're going to report on him. For even thinking about trying to represent you in something so laughable when you can't prove you've done the basics. How are you able to afford an attorney? But you cannot afford to take a bath. It's warm water and soap. 2 things and a washcloth and a towel. No, you would rather just let these worms keep growing out of your skull. You don't have to listen. Well, oh, Umar stinks through the computer. Oh, can you imagine? He'll walking past. You would know if he walked past me, I'm just gonna pass out and faint. My kids are like, Mom, what happened? Oh, it was the smell of cow manure and old cabbage and funky corn chips and Little Debbie snack cakes and some old ginger ale that's flat that came together and it didn't take a bath today or last year. and it walked past me in human form. I got a whiff of that. My body just gave out on me. My brain understood. We just gonna have to shut down for 5 seconds. Because we won't be able to comprehend the smell. Oh, Umar, you can kiss my ass, you dumb unemployed Oompa Loompa.
Now, when we look nationally at the miseducation system of facing black children, there's basically 6 stages that they use to miseducate our kids. You got miseducation, special education, psychiatric medication, juvenile incarceration, psychological frustration and alienation.
You're just saying words. You do know that the Board of Psychology will be getting videos of you proclaiming to practice psychology. You do understand that, you dumbass. So don't get mad, Umar, when it happens. I'm telling you flat out, I owe you nothing. You lied to the entire Board of Psychology in the state of Pennsylvania about your so-called license and certificates that you do not have because he doesn't have it. I can have a degree in any goddamn thing. Doesn't mean that I should be forcing people to call me Dr. So-and-so. This is the problem right here. He's talking as if he is still practicing psychology. He's not licensed or certified. A degree does not make you licensed or certified. There's a difference. You cannot practice psychology without a certificate, without a licensure. It's like saying I'm practicing law simply because I went to law school, but I didn't take the test to pass the boards, to pass the bar. Never passed the bar at all, don't have a bar license, cannot practice law simply because you went to law school. A lawyer is simply one who graduated from law school. An attorney is one who passed the bar and practices law. There is a difference. And you think people just look this shit up? Stop being bamboozled by all these words that he can't define. None of this stuff he can define. He can't define any of these words he's using. From psychological to frustration to alienation, he can't define any of these words. Can make this up.
Premature extermination. I call it the
premature extermination. None of these things he can define. Because you think telling him to exterminate black mold would be something he would be able to do. He's stuck at exterminate. He's like, what is that?
6 cycles of death. There are too many black boys in Georgia in special ed. Too many black boys in Georgia on dangerous psychiatric medication.
You're not in Georgia,
they
you're
don't
in
need
Alabama.
Adderall. They don't need Strattera. They don't need Ritalin. They don't.
I thought he was in Alabama. He's not in Georgia. What the hell is going on here? So it's Dothan, Alabama, somehow in Georgia, and it's still called Dothan, Alabama. What the hell? You're in Alabama. So you're not gonna look at the stats for the state of Alabama where you are? You're talking about something in Georgia. Why is that relevant to people in Alabama? What the hell? Y'all got Umar effed up. He's an effed up individual. You know, it was more effed up is someone lying to the board saying, I never said that I was a psychologist. While he walks around saying, I'm the most requested board certified psychologist on earth. What? Yeah, no. He's got everybody else effed up for thinking that we are supposed to just believe him and hit his cash app and PayPal when we don't owe him shit. Don't think this video's away. Why is he not talking about in Alabama? He's still inside the state lines for Alabama. He's talking about Georgia. You're in Alabama. So why not give the stats for Alabama? Why is he there? He's going on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Umar, you're an idiot. Umar, you're such an idiot. You're an idiot. Hey, Laurie, how you doing, honey? Y'all come on in and hit that like button. Okay, just hit the like button. This video better get 1,000 views because, you know, that's it. It's got to get minimum 1,000 views because this is crazy. Umar, I cannot believe you can't even give the stats of the state that you're currently speaking in. You're in Alabama, you dumb. It's got to be these things coming up out of his wig up here. Sucking the brain out of his skull.
Need cycler, what they need is their daddies. ADHD is the replacement for the black father. We don't get ADHD until 1987. Why? That's the same decade they start mass incarcerating black males. ADHD is not about psychiatric disability. ADHD is about the absenteeism of black fathers, and that's why I call it ain't no daddy at home disorder, ADHD.
So, ain't no daddy at home disorder. You know, my wife started the program.
Ain't a no in daddy D at a home H disorder D. You know, because he couldn't come up with nothing else. Reading stats about the school system in Alabama is too hard for him to do. So he just came up with all this nonsense and buzzwords and blah, 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 and psychology and blah, blah, blah. Y'all see, just because you could throw out terms does not mean that you're smart. Umar doesn't even read. He just watches our videos and picks up from there. We got to stop using the word psychology. Maybe he'll forget how to pronounce it.
10 years ago called ADHD is not me. She got zero tolerance, physical punishment out of the schools and corporal punishment out of the schools and all that. And really, really heightened what they call the 504s and IEPs.
Yes, sir. 504s are good.
Yeah. And you'll meet her when we get over there to the Civic Center. And she started that because of our son that was going through it, and she started to see how they were treating him, how they were secluding him and all this kind of stuff. She's like, oh no, we're not going for that. And so she put it into that corporate punishment stuff. But my question to you, what mostly affected you to get you in the Black Power movement?
You know, brother, it's interesting. When my parents divorced, we were living in Jacksonville, North Carolina. My father was in the Marine Corps. When my parents divorced and we returned to North Philadelphia, it just so happened that the elementary school in my neighborhood had a Black history class. It wasn't district-wide, it was only that school. I got lucky. So 4th and 5th grade was my introduction to Black consciousness. It was also my introduction to public speaking because there was a public speaking contest. So I won first place both years, and that was it. I've been Black consciousness since 4th grade, brother. Yes, sir. I wasn't raised in it. You know, I'm related to Frederick Douglass on my father's side, you know, but I wasn't particularly raised with Black consciousness. You know, my mother, Baptist Christianity, my father was Sunni Orthodox, and then he became Shia Orthodox Islam. So there was nothing uniquely conscious about my upbringing. So I think I was born to do it.
Yeah.
I think I was born to do it.
It's innate. Let me ask you this. What is the biggest misconception? I never heard a few. But what do you think?
Wait, give me the one you heard, Elder.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you. What is the biggest misconception about Dr. Umar?
The biggest, it's a couple of them. Right. Number one, that I'm not serious about this work. Because, you know, I joke sometimes because sometimes you gotta feed a baby food.
That's right.
So I'll make it comical occasionally, Elder, just to get their attention. Because you got to be able to relate. Because the truth is so strong, some people don't want to hear it if it's too strong, right? So I think sometimes people don't think I'm as serious as I am about the work. Number two, on the relationship side, I think people think I like being single and unmarried.
That's what I mean.
You know, and it's not. when I first blew up, I'm gonna just be honest with you. When I first blew up, I had a little bit of womanizing because I went from being the Pennsylvania Pan-Africanist to the intercontinental, right?
Right.
But for the last 10 to 15 years, I've been focused, and I do want to get married, Bob, but the problem is the celebrity of who I am drowns out the activism of who I am. So a lot of times the women I attract, they're coming to me. Seen with you for the photo ops. You see that? So it's a struggle because they don't make the sisters how they made them back then. Don't get me wrong, we got good black women, but the revolutionary queens, that Winnie Mandela energy, they don't make them like that no more. So it's kind of hard to find that when you meet. You know what I mean?
I got to admit I'm blessed. I went to the feds, all kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
We were just talking about earlier, and my wife, that you feel me, she held it down.
I got you.
And
I got you.
it increased.
I got you. I got you. But see, y'all old school though.
But she's not.
Ah.
She's 43. She's
okay.
But she was raised in Seattle.
Okay. I'm gonna see
So
it.
it's a different, it's a
I got
different kind of mindset than what we have here in the South.
Okay.
No pun intended.
I got you.
But just facts and truth.
I got you.
When we look at Dr. Umar Johnson, we look at the Frederick Douglass School, we look at what you're doing and what you have been doing across this country. What is one of the biggest things that people miss about you? That, and I know that celebrity status, like with me.
I give you one.
People don't want to hear me sometimes.
Yes, sir.
That irritates. Oh my God, that irks me.
Yes, sir.
Just let me finish what I'm saying.
Yes,
and you'll
sir.
see what I'm talking about. What is one of the things?
It might be a lot of people assume, black and non-black, that I hate you if you're not black. You follow me? Like I get white people stop me at the airport and they be like, why do you hate us? You never heard me say I hate you.
Right.
I love my people. The problem is white nationalists tend to hate black people. So when people hear black nationalism, they think it's the reverse. It's not, because we are not a hateful people. Black nationalism is pride and power. It has nothing to do with rejecting anyone. But you can't find a white nationalist organization that does not hate black people. So they assume when they hear nationalism from us, and of course I'm a Pan-African nationalist, they assume I hate you. And when I talk about the snow bunny crisis, that interracial, we got this interracial nightmare, right? So the white women think I hate them. I'm like, it's not about you. It's about saving the black family. If only 25% of black women are getting married, we can't go out the community if we want black boys to have role models. If they don't see black on black love, why would they emulate it? If they don't see black on black love, why would they emulate it? And now what they saying, Baba, they're saying if black men keep having babies with white women, by 2050, most black Americans will be mixed race black and they will not identify as black. Do you know what that means? There won't be no more reparations talk in 25 years if we don't stop bunny hopping.
And you will not only have mulattoes, you will have Malungians. And we won't go there now.
I feel you.
What do you feel, Dr. Umar, is the role of faith leaders in the church and all right now at this time, especially in your expertise when it comes to education?
And I was told I was going to meet a few of these faith-based leaders today, but I'm going to tell you this, Baba, I'm very disappointed in the black church. I'm disappointed in the black church in the North. I'm disappointed in the black church in the South. Because if we go back to the days of slavery, Reconstruction, civil rights, the black church was the Walmart of the black community. And what I mean by that, we buried our dead through the church. We got our jobs through the church. We fought the Klan through the church. We took on police brutality to the church. The churches built our first schools. The churches built some of our first hospitals. What services, what institutions, what systems are the black churches building for black people today?
A lot of them are captivated by this notion of separation of church and state, not realizing that the First Amendment of the Constitution is inclusion of the church.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
I agree. But they got enough revenue, Baba. Build your own. Here's my thing. If a black church don't have a bank where their members are required to deposit their earnings so they can take the interest of those deposits and build schools, hospitals, supermarkets, banks, distribution, and manufacturing, if you don't have a black bank and your church got at least 500 members, you're a fraud. If you don't have a school for black children and you got at least 500 members, you're a fraud. And if you don't have a farm growing food, because so many of our people live in food deserts, Baba, the average black person got to travel 10 miles to get.
So apparently he wants to be a pastor now. What you mean it's a fraud if they don't have a school? They're not required to have that. What if they actually donate towards their community, to food banks to their community? What if they have food pantries? A lot of churches have food pantries. Give out food boxes. They collaborate with food banks and ensure their members who need food go to these food banks to get food boxes. You mean to tell me that all these resources are here for people to be able to go to a food bank? They're waiting on their church to open it up? No, I ain't going to the food bank from 211 United Way. I'm just going to wait the Sunday and see what happens with my church. His city call it a church of fraud if they don't have a school. Not if you got somebody named Bishop Creflo Dollar calling themselves a bishop, talking about he believe in God for a $50 million plane. So when you got these televangelists out here pimping their audience to give them money, millions of dollars for houses and planes and cars, they're not frauds. But if they don't have a school or bank, they're definitely a fraud. The hell you mean? What if they have all those things and they still talking about give me $50 million for a plane? Creflo Dollar Church has a school. People got to pay for that. And guess what? He's still running around wanting people to give him $50 million for planes. It's the stupidity for me. Umar's a freaking idiot. He's an idiot. Umar, you are one stupid Oompa Loompa. The fictitious Oompa Loompas are smarter than you. All of us, you're a fraud if you're a church and you've got 500 members and you don't have a bank and a school. What the hell are you talking about? What if this church can't afford to have either? But they have a solid foundational church. Oh, if you don't have a farm, then, you're a fraud. He's still not giving out receipts or showing vendor contracts. Who glazed and waxed those floors in that bando again, Umar? What's the name of the vendor? Because, we didn't see a permit. Who? Umar? Are you going to ever show receipts of how you spending other people's money? Where did you buy those $200+ Nike Air Maxes from? Those old white ones? I can't even afford them things. I got a job. And I bless God for the support I have on YouTube. And I still can't afford those shoes. I have to wait till stuff go on sale. Like, I would love to, right now, I just a pair of sneakers I want that are like $72. They're on sale. Some nice little navy blue white Jordans. I can't get the damn things right now. I got to make sure all my bills clear. Make sure the expenses of the channel are taken care of. This idiot will drop $200+ on some Nikes. All white Nikes. And I'm sitting here like, man, please let me just have a little bit just to get myself something nice. I've been working so hard, Jesus. I really want these sneakers. $72 on sale. This dumb ass will drop $200 and he has no employment. Oh my God. We get on televangelists here because we know Creflo Dollar's a scammer. Fake televangelists talking about I'm believing God for $50 million plane. Well, believe God for it. Don't ask your members for it. Maybe God will let a money tree grow in the back of your house, and then you can go back there and pick the money off when it's ripe. Don't sit here and go to the church talking about it. You all give me tithe and offering so I can go buy a $50 million plane. Hold on, Creflo Dollar. No, my kid goes to your school. I got to pay tuition. I got mortgage and bills. You can't tell people like Creflo Dollar you got money because they'll call you out in church. Then you tell me, Deacon, that you bought a $400,000 house? You got some money to give me? I'm not paying for you. What you mean? I sure do, and God has been good, and I'm not giving you my money. He would have to kick me out of church today. I would be telling the, hey, Deacon Board, I'm about to get kicked out of here today. Brace yourselves. You out your mind. He is comparing himself to a pastor in a church when he knows that you have people who claim to be pastors and bishops and apostles and blah, 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 taking advantage of people in their own community as well. As if televangelists don't exist when they do. That's all they do is grift. They babble, talk about sending a prayer cloth, then they'll send a piece of straw and a napkin. But you got to send them $10 here, $5 here in return. Like all this stuff they do to get money out of people. Why in the world would you make a... You know that there are scammers who call themselves bishops and apostles and reverends and pastors, ministers, wolves in sheep's clothing. And the Bible refers to that as we will have that here. You will have people calling themselves ministers and teachers of the gospel, and they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And somehow that's the only analogy he could come up with. I don't give my money to them either. So I don't understand why he thinks. Say, well, y'all go to church. You should be giving money to your church, and you should definitely be giving money to me. No. He is grifting by any means necessary. Creflo Dollar should never ask his audience to give him $50 million for a plane. But that, to me, is what makes him a scammer. Because he did, and he got a plane. Never mind the people in the community that are paying tithe and offering to his church. And he doesn't have to work, and he lives in a mansion. You think Creflo Dollar has to worry about paying mortgage? No. But his congregation has to worry about paying mortgage. It's insane. And he makes this comparison like, y'all should see me like you see your pastors. Oh, okay. So you're a televangelist that's trying to open a school. Got it. You're still not getting any money. And hopefully you all here in the LLC know better. If you are a member of a church and you trust your pastor, you trust the leadership that they've given you, and you decide to give tithe and offering, you decide to do that, by all means. But you will know them by their fruit. Televangelist is a totally different ball game than a true, genuine pastor that is simply teaching the word of God. They're the ones that don't even ask for anything. They just do what they need to do. It's so crazy. And he's sitting here trying to all of a sudden put himself in a position where people look up to him like a televangelist. Umar, you're still a scammer. And no one owes you any money. And you, as opposed to you saying, let me just produce receipts. No, you're trying to say, well, if you go to a church where they don't have a school or a farm or a food bank or a regular bank, they're all frauds. That's so stupid, it's not even funny. 500 members, he has no idea what it's like to have 500 members of a church where you're hoping that they do provide some level of offering. And you have no idea how much money they'll be able to give to you. Does he really think that a church with 500 members will have you wealthy? Because if that's the case, Umar deserves to be homeless. You got to remember, people who go to church regularly, Think about the dynamics of the percentage of those people that will actually tithe on a regular basis or give some level of offering. Everybody don't go to church and put money in the collection plate. He actually thinks if it's 500 people that everybody's giving money. That's not how that works. Umar's so ignorant, it's ridiculous. And he compares himself to a televangelist. Oh my God. And these idiots let him speak on that platform while he's still lying about being related to Frederick Douglass. Because I heard that. Umar, you're still lying about that? They need to sue his ass. Because that's the best way to bring this to a halt. Terrence Bailey, all of the descendants of Frederick Douglass need to sue Umar the Oompa Loompa Johnson for lying over 10 years about this. He's weaponizing that to try to make himself look and sound more important than he really is. Umar Johnson is a bum. Jermaine Shoemake is a bum. He's a bum. He doesn't even appreciate his own bloodline. He has to lie about being the descendant of someone. The family have already came out and said, you're not our descendant. You're not genetically linked or related to us. But he continues to lie about this to this very day. They need to sue the shit out of him and sleep peacefully. Otherwise, he's going to keep lying about it. And you got these ignorant buffoons that are just sitting here chalking it all up. They didn't do any research, because if they did, they would have seen there's sufficient evidence out there where they could have Googled and see that the descendants of Frederick Douglass debunked Umar so many times it's not even funny. Or they could just watch Akamo TV and see that there's a whole video up. A recording of one of the descendants reading a letter telling Umar flat out, you are not related to us. We wouldn't even claim your ass if you were. You're an embarrassment. But yet he still gets to lie about this. Why? They need to sue him and then have him gagged with an order. Umar would have an order signed so fast to have your dumb ass gagged and then dare you to violate that order just so I can go back and have you held in contempt. You don't need to lie about being genetically related to someone else when you can be honest about your own family line. But yet and still, we can't get proof of life of your mother.
Real food. So if you're not growing real food, if you don't have a bank to invest in the people, and if you don't have a school to teach the children, that black church is fraudulent.
So 2 more things.
How are you doing God's work if you're comfortable with your people living in hell?
How? What do you mean? So they living in, I'm not living in hell. The devil is a liar. Umar, you're the only one living in hell, you damn bum, because you don't want to do a job application. That's your hell. You struggling. This is the epitome of struggling. Where are you right now? You're in a basement with black tiles of soundproofing are put up on the wall on concrete. And whomever's down there, they still can't afford decent air. They got a fan blowing. The hell you mean? This dumb demon hell spawn is sitting here talking about somebody in hell because their church don't have a bank. Yeah, all the stupidity.
2 things. One is if you could redesign and restructure what we have now, especially education and economics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What would you do? And then the last thing I want to talk about is the school to prison pipeline. Okay?
Yes, sir. Let's say I was the Secretary of Education. If I could restructure, first of all black children would have black teachers, because that doesn't mean a white teacher can't teach. So I'm not saying that, but you can't teach them how to survive racism.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Lord have mercy. Why they just can't teach history and that's it and talk about racism? So they got to be black to do that. At this rate, the only job Umar will be able to get is school janitor. Or you working at McDonald's. You dumb Oompa Loompa.
And you can't teach them what it means to be black. See, when white people hear us say white people shouldn't teach black children, they say, well, I can teach them how to read, write, and count. That's not what we're talking about. Can you teach them to navigate your bigotry? Can you teach them what it means to be black? When Philadelphia became the first city with a mandatory African-American studies course, Baba, I didn't support.
You got black people that can't teach black people what it means to be black. What you mean? Umar has not taught me what it means to be black. If anything, he's helping me to understand the bigger picture of this hypocrisy in this black conscious community. He's definitely showing us all. This is what happens when you have zero accountability and everybody is afraid to sue the hell out of you for scamming them for over 10 years. Because black people should not be taking advantage of other black people and demanding that only black people give them money to open a bando school he will never open. And then dare you to ask him about receipts. What happened to that letter that he's supposed to be sending out at the end of the year so that you can file your contributions on your taxes? Umar, where are the tax filings for 2025? You know, I'm going to look that up while you sitting here mouthing off talking about bullshit you don't understand.
And a lot of the scholars said, why are you against black history in the public schools? Isn't that a contradiction? I said, no. Why do I want a white woman to teach my daughter Harriet Tubman? Why do I want a white man to teach my son Malcolm X? If you give white people the power of historical interpretation, they will teach your child who they are from a white perspective and make them hate being black even more than they did before the course started. You never let somebody else teach your children who they are. See, there's some things, Baba, we got to do for ourselves. There's some things we got to fight the white man to do for us. But the teaching of history is clearly something we should be doing ourselves.
And then the school to prison pipeline.
It runs through special ed. One of my messages today in Dothan, Alabama, stop getting our children evaluated for special ed, Baba, unless you think something wrong with it. And nobody under 7 should be getting tested unless it's speech, brain injury, orthopedic impairment. A reading disability at 5 years old, Baba, you can't prove that. I've been a school psychologist for 25 years. I cannot prove that that child has a reading disability at 5, a math disability at 6. What he really got is a lazy disability.
Damn lie. He has not been a school psychologist for 25 years. He needs to be certified to do that. You all see what I mean? He claims to be black and he's not teaching black people a damn thing right now other than how to lie. Umar, where's the taxes? You know, you want to talk about the church is not real and they're scamming you because they don't have a bank and a farm and a blah, blah, blah. Where are your tax filings? Because you don't have that for tax year 2025. What are tax filings? We're waiting, you dumb Oompa Loompa. Where are the tax filings? Funny how he never puts down expenses. Because, you know, he don't want people to know what he's spending the money on. This is for fiscal year ending 2024. What are your expenses at? He didn't even give himself a salary. Just in case, you know, for the Umar Tardians that can't read. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to laugh at you. You're going to keep believing Umar. Yeah, you see all zeros under total expenses. He doesn't even give himself a salary. So when people are asking him, how the hell do you earn money to buy $200 sneakers? What is the answer again? Because he's not paying himself. Boy, this is something else, right? He doesn't give himself a salary. He's supposed to be the so-called CEO, owner, and big dog in charge. He's just a big funk that's oozing. But won't show you receipts on how he spent that money on buying them $200 Nike Air Maxes. Where are your 2025 taxes, Umar? Where they at? Why are you talking about a church? What if all those churches were filing their taxes? They could be a 501c3, but what if they're still filing their taxes? That does not make you exempt from filing taxes. Tax exempt means if you have that eligibility, just means you don't pay federal taxes. But it does not mean you do not file taxes. Where the taxes at? We're waiting on 2025 to be uploaded. We're going into July in 4 days, and you still have not uploaded 2025 tax return. So he gets to think he doesn't have to file taxes for a 501c3, but he wants you all to keep hitting his Cash App and PayPal. Umar, so far the only person here that we're talking about scamming is you. You're the dumb scammer, and you won't even file taxes to the IRS. Funny how they gonna start investigating your dumb ass. Can make this up.
Not making him try. He's not reading. No practice. No homework. You know what the problem is? Too many black men are letting our sons grow up thinking they're going to be an NFL superstar, NBA superstar, or rapper.
I hit that like
so they don't have to try. I'm going to be a millionaire with my talent. I don't have to do well in school. And black mothers are guilty too, Bobby, because now they are prioritizing football practice over reading recovery. I have mothers tell me, Dr. Umar, he can't do tutoring because he's in the AAU and they travel to play their game. AAU only.
Thank you so much, Sasha Love, for the $5 Super. Why didn't YouTube notify me about this live? I'm later than Umar opening this school community center /church/ Eagles data site. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much for that $5 Super, girl. Oh, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Am I missing something? User 225. 199 Super says, what up, my Shangos or Shangoettes? Shout out to you, user 225 for the 199 Super. Teach to be black. That's parents' job, not teacher. Child. Umar doesn't teach his kids anything, so he can't teach us a damn thing at all. Shout out to you, user 225. Thank you so much for the supers. I appreciate it. And we got yours in Sasha Love. Oh, that's too funny. Make sure you have the notification bell turned on to all notifications so that you guys can see whenever I go live or post or do a video, a short, YouTube short. You'll see all of that when the notifications are set to all, because the default will not always send you notifications. I know it sucks, but it won't. YouTube, you are the worst. Oh my God. Yeah, this idiot still saying I'm a school psychologist for 25 years, Ryder. You know he lied like hell.
1% of high school athletes will go professional, Bob.
Oh, 1%. He needs to be held in contempt.
So your son being in the AAU with 1% athletes going pro, he's more likely to be struck by lightning than to go Division I. What are you doing? And the problem is this, Baba. What are our girls going to do? Because when I look at the high school girls, they got their businesses, LLC, they studying real estate at 14, 15, 16, getting their scholarships, getting ready to go to college. So when I look at the girls,
you're looking at high school girls. The hell you mean?
With 1% athletes going pro, he's more likely to be struck by lightning than to go Division I. What are you doing? And the problem is this, Baba. What are our girls going to do? Because when I look at the high school girls, they got their businesses, LLC.
Wait. Why high school girls? He didn't even start with like young women that are, just starting their careers. You look at high school girls. First of all, you claim you're opening a school for boys and that the school will be for 2nd through 4th grade. So what is the use of you doing research on high school girls? You're not planning on teaching them anything. They won't be able to come to your school, you bando. Hopefully they never get anywhere near that powder room. Umar, you're going to go to jail. You're going to jail. He's going to go to jail. I foresee many essay claims against Umar, and he would earn every single last one of them. You still can't learn your lesson, huh? Okay, hard way it is. Who says stuff like this? He can't tell you the last time he's seen his own daughter. Who's a grown adult, by the way. Can't tell you that. Yeah, look at these high school girls, though. Nom cookies, peach cobbler. What?
See, they studying real estate at 14, 15, 16, getting their scholarships, getting ready to go to college. So when I look at the girls, a lot of them doing all right. I look at the boys, we got a basketball, football, and rap.
You can't make this up.
So when she turned 30, Bobby, and she need a husband,
He not even there. She will have to marry a wanted-to-be rapper, a wannabe football player, a wannabe basketball player. So we are not giving.
Umar, many of your fathers are going to be beating your ass if you dare think you're going to be able to pull off a school. You can't put him around girls. You just can't. He shouldn't be around kids. But oh my God, the idea of him being court ordered to supervised visitation with one of his daughters is the reason why you can't put him around other people's daughters without the presence of police officers. You just can't damn do it. He doesn't even take care of his own kids. And a judge signed an order for him to have supervised visitation of one of his daughters that he procreated. Even the judge in a court of law doesn't want him alone with his own child. Or I foresee him getting his ass whooped by many of daddies. He gonna have a bunch of daddies just signing up just to meet all in one place so they can just walk up to FDMG and beat the shit out of him. You can't make this up.
And our women suitable mates socio-economically because we got our boys living in a pie in the sky dream.
You can't make this
Umar
up.
Johnson in the house. And I'm going to give him my last question because we got to get over here to the Civic Center. And I dare have my wife and Ashley and all of them start calling me. It's time for us to go. My last thing.
Usually you better act
I
right.
want to ask you, what do you say now? I'm dealing with my own emotions.
Okay.
He going to jail.
Of people of lighter complexion. Right?
Okay. But still, okay, Caucasian.
Taking credit, capitalizing off of our work, our own demise, our sacrifice, and our suffering. And now they're coming up and acting like they're not only the great white hope for white folks, but the great white hope for us. How do you feel about that? And how do we navigate around that? Because we need the allyship. We need the help, but we don't need them to be the face of it.
Go ahead.
I think we have to do a better job finding their position within our movement for those who are going to have them present, because we don't give them barometers to operate by. And a big reason why, how far they in.
Stay away from kids. I'm giving you one whole parameter right now. Stay away from minor children. You either trying to cuddle with little boys by the fireside, or you simply should not be within 50 feet of a little girl. Not when you got judges ordering you to supervise visitation for your own child. Hell no. What you think he gonna do to somebody else's child when a judge does not want him to be alone with his own? Think about that for a moment. For all those who have a brain, the Umar Tardians can kick rocks because they're gonna do whatever. But think about this. If a judge said you cannot be alone with your own child you procreated, why would you want this idiot around your 14, 15, 16-year-old child that he does not share DNA with? And look how he tries to force himself upon an entire generation of people that has been proven to not be genetically linked to him. Frederick Douglass's descendants are going to have to sue Umar to get him to leave them the hell alone. They're going to have to sue him. This is high-level harassment. I wouldn't want his ass to sit here and lie about being related to me either. Umar, I will sue the hell out of you. And I want you to know that. And it will not bother me 1 minute. And I dare you dumb Umar Tardians to jump. Knock if you buck. FBI be all over their asses. I don't play that. You know damn well you're not related to these people. You keep damn forcing yourself on them. Hence why, the word no would be hard for him to digest. That's why you can't let your 14, 15, 16-year-olds around him. Especially when he's looking at them like they grown women. Y'all, his last little fling was a 23-year-old girl. Younger than his actual daughter. Yeah. So more of a reason why leaving him around your daughter between the ages of 14 and 16, especially if they look older, It's not a good idea at all. It's not. That judge knows something we don't. I've read something. They got some evidence on him on something and said, no, you can't even be alone with your own daughter. That speaks volumes.
Into your movement and into your initiative. So if you're going to have white allies, those white allies have to be crystal clear about what their position is, what their position is not, because too often they end up having too much influence over what we do because of that unholy dollar they're donating to the movement.
I just had one came up and was talking about different things and due process. Now all of a sudden he's a voting right there. You never mentioned that before in his life. And those are the things that we deal with, especially here in the South, to where they will smear your name.
Okay.
And then they will uplift. Come on now.
I got you. I got you.
This is not a secret.
Yes, sir.
It's nothing new.
Yes, sir.
They've been doing
Yes, sir. It's nothing new. But see, here's another problem I got with us, Baba. We make non-black people, whites and others, too comfortable in feeling that they have a right to be amongst us when we're discussing our most critical problems.
So we contribute to like.
Yes, sir, because think about it, Baba. Rarely do you see an all-black community meeting. There's always somebody there from another community. But you can never go to a Chinese community meeting and find anything but Chinese.
So how do we unify, knowing that all these dynamics and innuendos exist? How do we still unify?
Because we got to be crystal clear that there's nothing wrong about prioritizing your race. One of the problems with religion, Baba, religion in the 21st century has made black people feel it's like it's a sin to put your blackness first, right? In the church, you can't put your blackness first. But the Arab is a Muslim, but he's an Arab first. The East Indian is a Muslim, but he's an East Indian first. The white man is a Muslim, but he's a white man first. We got to learn how to prioritize who we are. We prioritize the religion and not who we are, which denies us our privacy. How can you
like mine? Why are you here with me? If President Donald Trump indicted and a sitting president's son, Hunter Biden, indicted by the same DOJ, and you in here with me, who was they made for? They have been here sitting in that same seat.
Right. Because the lines and the terms are clear. The boundaries are clear, right? We agree to disagree over you not funding them.
They become posthumous. So now you're not working to build. You're not working.
You said when you get to the peak, you're on your way down. The apex, you better be at your apex. Because the peak, it ain't nothing to go. You go down, you slide down, it's going back down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that. I like that. I want to say, well, let me say this, Bob. This is my first time in a long time doing a first time. You follow me? In other words, I can't remember the last time I came to a city for the first time. And they always memorable. For good or for bad. So today is going to be memorable. I don't know why. You might know why already. I don't. But today is going to be memorable. And I just want to meet all my black brothers and sisters from Dothan, Alabama. As I said, maternal bloodline comes down to this area through Blakely. So I just want to see the energy.
He lies about everything.
I want to see how we think down here, how we act, how we feel. Because although we're all black, there are regional nuances to the way we do things. There's regional nuances, Bob. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This is what's called. This is not only. Let me give you this real quick before I go into asking.
Yes, sir.
This is not only Alabama. This is what's called the wiregrass. A lot of people don't know the wiregrass or the wiregrass. And so
how do we know his bloodline is flowing anywhere? Maybe he peed it out today. Umar, you're so stupid. You have not shown any evidence of any bloodlines you're talking about. And after lying about being related to Frederick Douglass, we owe you nothing. You do understand that everything you say now is a lie until you prove it to be true. This is so ridiculous. People actually believe this bullshit with no evidence. Oh, have mercy.
What ended up happening was we have a development here and the reason people like me and others that are attacked because of our voices, because of our teachers, because of our truth. But now you here. So what ends up happening is now we got you here, Don, and what you're doing here is
that dude. Oh my God! Look at him in his basement. This board looks old as hell. Oh, it's got to be from the 1970s. Y'all, he came back from time with this board. That board is stuck in 1978. What the heck is going on? What is that noise? It's all that noise. It's like that large fan sound. You know how that uncle, that great uncle, y'all don't want to just refuse to just install a central AC. Just refuse to do it. Now we got to sit here and listen to this. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, that fan has been a distraction the whole time. Shout out to User 225 for this 199 super. You just better not talk about Chinese. He on our Shango. Thank you for the super. I appreciate it. Oh my God, Umar, you're the worst.
breaking ground, and it's virgin ground. You don't even know the reverberation that has went through before you even got here.
Wow.
And now the waves and the tides could come on in. Developing so much, and unity is coming about. White and black people are coming together, especially in our schools right now. It ain't no coincidence as we got you here. One of our biggest problems we got right now is with our school board. And our children reading 8th and 9th grade.
The teachers are mostly what here? What's the racial? The teachers, the core, the teaching core.
You already said
it's mostly Caucasian.
Mostly Caucasian in our public school.
Okay.
So what's happening is we got our children that are reading at such a 4 and 5 and 6 grades lower, and we went to bring consultants in, got our first black superintendent.
Now, current.
Now.
Okay.
And the fight went on.
Okay.
There's $600,000 in the war chest for them to get consultants. That's earmarked for consultants, and they still voted against it.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a 4-3 board. 3 blacks, 4 whites. Okay. And so they don't realize the contribution that they're making to sending them to prison.
Okay.
And I call that out. And now here you come. Woo!
Wow.
You got to understand.
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was your closing remark.
I'm looking forward to it, brothers and sisters. Dr. Umar Johnson is in the building, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Get to the Dothan Civic Center today, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I'm speaking at 2. Come tell me you like me. Come tell me you hate me. Tell me whatever you want to say. I'm yours for the day. Dothan, Alabama. I'm in the building. Pull up. Montgomery come. Birmingham come. Tuskegee come. Selma come. We want all of Black Bama today celebrating Juneteenth, our ancestors, the broken chains. And if anybody needs to reach me by text message, you can hit me on my phone, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, my direct cell phone. Looking forward to seeing Dothan, Alabama today. I'm back.
Okay, that's no. This idiot still learned nothing. And all he did was go around on a chitlin circuit for Juneteenth and collect meals. And probably a cobbler, a pie, or a cookie. He said nothing of value, and he's still lying about being a psychologist and being related genetically to Frederick Douglass. They need to sue him and stop playing around with it. This makes no sense. Oh, my God. All right, y'all, that's all we got. This is it. Oh, Lord have mercy. He's sitting out here forcing Umar Tardies to set him up venues, and then they take him to the bummiest places they can find. Boy, this is like screaming these old-fashioned Baptist churches where you have like refreshments in the basement. Well, y'all remember these old country churches where you go downstairs and got all refreshments downstairs in the basement. You're like, how did he get a kitchen down here? He's trying to figure out, does that refrigerator like open up all the way or just partly? He can't make this up. Oh, Lord, the chicken wings used to slap them. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. You can't make this up. Oh God. Yeah, I did cover the 5th grade. I did Coco did a video of that 5th grade graduation. And I covered the one he did because it intertwined some of the things that his daughter was saying to rebut him in real time. He's a walking hypocritical roach, and we all know it. His hypocrisy knows no boundaries. But we did go over that. So we got cake in the back. I know, right? They got cake, chicken wings, devil eggs, and some punch. And you're like, what the hell is this? And then find out it's some sherbet. And a dinner roll. They might have like a meatball or two, but I ain't eat that. I appreciate you all. We got a Candice Live coming up. If you can join me, join me. If not, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back at it tomorrow. You guys see the future live streams that are scheduled. I'm gonna set up the one with Johnny Walker Dread on Monday, July 6th at 7 p.m. So, and you guys pay attention to the others. Turn on those notifications, hit the like button, and hype this video up when it's done. Let's get the views up on these Umar Johnson videos. I'm not playing because he is not messing up my analytics. Make sure you share this out, tweet it, put it on Instagram, wherever you can. And let's help keep this growing here in the LLC. We are on the road to 50,000 supporters. And I want to see that number this year. So we're going to see that number this year. We're going to make it happen. And with the support of you all, it's all free to do. Hit the like button, hype the videos up. Thank y'all so much. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know your favorite part of my jokes, because Umar, you're still stupid. And I will see you all next time. Until then, let club out. Deuces.